I think I'm live. Hooray! Just give me a second and I will fix the lighting. I'll be back. Okay. Okay, now. Okay. So it looks like the lighting is a little better, and it looks like I have one person over here. Story of my life. But that's okay. I mean, it's only 4 a.m. Hey, Chan, and hey, Coco, yay! It looks like we have 3 people now. Yay, it's a Coco raid. Yay! Excuse me. I'm gonna yawn. I had to fix my lighting, and it's still not quite right. I mean, you can see the reflection of my ring light and my glasses. Do you know, last week I went to have an eye exam because I thought I needed new glasses. It's been 2 years since I had a new prescription. Oh, God, it's really bad. I need to move it closer, don't I? But I was so happy to find out that my prescription had not changed. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Barbara. I was so happy to find out that my prescription had not changed in 2 years. And not only that, they were able to fix my glasses so that they didn't sit crooked on my face. That has always bothered me in every single one of my lives. Okay, I'm going to take another attempt at fixing my lighting. I will be back in a second. Yeah, if anyone thinks I'm gone, just let them know I'm fixing my lighting. And my lighting is not a bit better now. I will just move it a little bit. Oh, it still doesn't look as good as I want it to look. It is what it is. You know what? I'm not going to worry all that much about my lighting. It is what it is. And, you know, small children haven't died yet, but that's only because I haven't been able to attack them. Okay, who's here? Hi, Daniel. Hi, Coco. Hi, Jan. Hi. Hi, Kenny. Hi, who else? Hi, Lisa. Okay. Yes. 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 As I said, oh, I gotta do something about that. Or at least now I can reach it. Let's see. Is that any better? No. Maybe a little. Incrementally better, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I'm not an AV nerd. I never was. I was always a choir room nerd. You know, whenever the test was done and I finished the test that took everybody else a whole hour to do in like 10 minutes, I got a pass to go back to the choir room and practice the piano over there, you know? And so I was never an AV nerd. So I don't really know that much about lighting. But it's okay because you can see me, I imagine. Let me see. What are we doing here? Oh. Yeah, I can imagine that you can see me. I hope that you can see. Okay, I'm gonna deal with it a little more. I'll be back in a second. Okay. Okay, the answer is if I ever figure it out, it's not going to be during this live stream. And that's okay. That is okay. I can go on living if you don't see me clearly. Believe me, you can go on living if you don't see me clearly. So, what's going on with everybody? I was just on with Listen to Me as if I lived in New Jersey. I was just one with Coco, but she retired. I hope she's in bed now and sleeping. But deep breaths. Deep breaths. Okay, that makes me about to yawn. Oh my gosh. But still, deep breaths, yes, for relaxation. I just put the StreamYard link up if anybody wants to join me, particularly any 24-year-old yarn dyers who want to join me. Exactly. Anyway. Oh, hey, Coco. Go to bed. Go to bed, Coco. You need rest. Ladybird, I don't understand what you're asking me. I put the link up so that anyone who wants to come up and join me can. Let's see. No. Well, you know what it is, Lisa. Two countries divided by a common language. I know you know that quote. Okay, there we go. Ah, yay! Let's see if I can control my cursor now, which it doesn't seem like I can. Oh, there we go. Yay!
Hi.
Hey there. please be safe when you're driving.
I'm not driving.
Okay, you're a passenger? Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, look. Okay, Ladybird is coming up too.
Oh, I'm getting squid. This is a great way to
Hi.
slim down. You just go and you get sucked in this little teeny weeny thingy. I mean, I hate this view, but at the same time, it's like so slimming. It's great.
Well,
Hi.
would you prefer this view?
No.
No. Let's not do
No.
that. God.
That's better.
No. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. I'm still learning StreamYard, frankly.
Third one along. Third one.
Third one what?
In StreamYard, third one along.
This one? Is that
I
the one
have
I
room
want?
to stretch.
Yay! Okay. I guess. I don't know. I don't know anything.
Although, granted, Daniel's still a slim bean in his little phone view, but
Well, no. It is impossible to make Daniel look anything other than slim. And there's just no two ways about that.
oh great, there was
Right.
every excuse to make me slim, but not for Daniel. Oh, thanks. Way to
Yeah.
go with the compliments, David.
Lisa, you sent me a picture yesterday of you in a perfectly beautiful dress that I thought really flattered you, and then you retracted that message. I thought it was great.
I'm wearing it today for my live, so
Oh, are you?
I'll be in it.
Okay.
The great thing with that dress is me bazunkas are covered, so people are happy.
Well, it depends upon how you feel about bazonkas, I guess.
Well, I like me bazunkas to be out, but other people rather they stayed inside, you know.
It depends upon whose bazonkas we're talking about, you know. It's quite unusual for anyone to ask for my bazonkas to be out.
Yeah, moobs can stay hidden. We don't like seeing moobs. Nobody likes
But-
seeing moobs.
But actually, because this is probably TMI, there is a certain amount of hair there. People do sort of like seeing that sometimes. But the bazonkas themselves, not so much. That I'm sure that was too. That has to have been TMI because Lisa is completely silent.
You know something's wrong when Lisa shuts up.
Exactly. God, I wish my lighting were
Oh,
better.
dear.
How can I fix that? Oh my god. Oh,
What's up with you now? What are you moaning about?
Oh, my lighting.
Oh,
I'll
quit
never
moaning
get
about you lot. We can
right.
hear you. All right, we can see
Yeah.
you. All right, shush.
Is that any better?
Well, it was fine before. You just couldn't see yourself. That's what it was. It was Mr. Vane coming out, wasn't it? See, now we have
Whatever
the
do
ring
you
light
need?
reflected in your glasses, and that's not good.
It was reflected already.
It wasn't.
I mean, there's no
It
getting away
wasn't.
from it. Okay.
Go back.
Then
Go back.
let me turn it up then.
That's the one thing that I hate about putting my glasses on when I'm doing a live is that I've got the ring light reflecting in my glasses and it looks like I'm a flipping alien trying to take off. It's just
Is that any better now?
bleeding with it. No, because your light's still in your glasses.
Well, it's not going to get any better, so that's what you've got.
You have to go back again. Go back where you were, where you originated. It was so much better.
I have no idea where I was. I don't know where I am now. Okay, I'll just move this back a little bit. I'm gonna knock everything over, and then my language will get very saucy.
Ooh, like HP?
Probably saucier than that.
We're talking barbecue ribs, people. David's got the sauce.
Something like that, yes. Yes, exactly.
See, that's a little bit better because you ain't got the light stuck in your eyeballs now.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, let's go back to me.
Of course.
So, this is what I have been working on. Honestly, yesterday I was sort of overwhelmed by life and never got around to doing my live with Thursday that I like to do. But somebody's echoing.
Daniel, because he's on his phone.
Oh,
I'm on
okay.
my phone and I'm in
It
the
doesn't
car,
matter.
so that might
It's
be what
okay.
it is.
That's okay. But this is what I have been doing lately. This is with the first skein of with this crappy lighting that Lisa told me
Can see
to
it.
do.
Thanks.
You can't really see it that well, but
You're loving that moss stitch, though, aren't you?
this is not moss stitch, actually.
But you're loving the moss stitch.
I actually am loving the moss stitch. I'm having a good time with it. I have done.
Please don't hump it, though, David. Don't love
What?
it that much. Don't love it enough to hump it.
Where did that come from?
Because you said you were loving it.
I never said I was loving it that much. Where is your mind? I mean, I worry
Where
about
is
you
my mind
sometimes.
ever, David? I don't even know.
Anyway, moving right along. Back to me. So, yeah, I intended to finish this yesterday, but this is my first skein of yarn that I got from Daniel, which is... It smells like whatever he was wearing that day when he packed it up. And I don't know what it was. He doesn't even remember what it was, but it makes me swoon every time. But it's also perfectly beautiful. And I'm making another one of my Alicia shawls out of it. And there's not much yarn left, so I will be done shortly. And I will post it on Instagram and everybody will see it. Otherwise, I have this other yarn that I am still trying to figure out what to do with. This other yarn came from Daniel. This is in fingering weight, which I've never used before. I've got 2 skeins of it. Total of, what did I calculate? Total of 850 yards, rather meters, which is 900 and something yards. It also smells great, but it's, look at these colors. It's like orange and lavender and pink.
Do you know what? I absolutely hate people saying that weight of yarn and not saying it via number because I'm too much of a prude.
In the UK, it's 4-ply.
Thank you. See, now that's far better than saying the other word where I just go all blushy and red and oh my.
What? Fingering? I think we would, in the US, we would call it a 2-weight for fingering. But
do you have to keep on saying it? Oh my word.
Fingering, fingering, fingering. You know, it's been so long since I've had any kind of sexual feeling at all that there is no word that has any kind of double meaning to me any longer.
Oh my word.
You getting coffee? Yeah.
I'm just old. I'm just old. That's all there is to it.
Oh my word.
Oh,
2-weight is
Daniel
4-weight.
is ordering coffee at the drive-thru.
I'm at the drive-through coffee. I'm getting coffee.
Oh my goodness gracious. Oh yeah, Coco is saying 2-weight is a sport weight. Is
Yeah.
sport the same as fingering? I don't know.
Lala, will you shut up, man? Oh my gosh, he's like, hi Lisa, now bugger off.
Fingering.
Shut up, man.
It's my channel, like it.
God,
my
do you know
channel,
what?
I
I know
can
it's
say what I
a
want
hot
to.
day here anyway, but my God, am I burning up here?
Oh
my.
my. Hello, Diana. Hello.
Hi, Diana.
Have I missed anybody else who came in? I'm sorry if I have. Oh, hey, Barbara.
Getting a
Love to
hot
see you
flush, and I'm not even in
always.
the hump years
And
yet.
Whisper is here as always because we can always count on Whisper. She is such a true friend. Anyway, I'm working with this yarn that is not fingering. It is something other than fingering.
Will you shut up? Someone needs to come over there and pull one of your ginger pubes out. My God. Damn.
I'm not quite sure I heard you say that. But
I am
anyone,
I've got a flipping sweat on now. I know that's not difficult with my insulation, but boy, have I got a sweat on now. I'm so,
What?
oh my gosh.
Because I was saying fingering so
No!
often? No, actually, it's a little cool here. It's not yet daylight.
That's nice.
What
That's
time
nice.
is
It's
it?
17 degrees here and it's not even 10 a.m.
What is 17 in American?
I don't know.
I
40
let me
something?
find-
50 something? Do you want me
Did I
to
leave
actually
my
look?
phone? I didn't bring my phone in here with me.
I've got my
Fancy
phone,
that.
but I don't like looking at it.
Yeah,
People
I
are on
asked
it.
my phone everything. But anyway, it doesn't much matter. But I understand. But it's
Hey, Google.
Yeah.
What's 17 centigrade in Fahrenheit? Oh, you stupid cow. You know sod all. Shut up. I don't know. I don't know. A bit under 70. There you go. Thank you, Coco.
How does Google react when you treat Google like that?
Well, she blocked me out before I even finished the question, so that's why I just
Probably
chucked her
because
down
you
on
have
the
a
desk.
history with her.
Dozy cow she is.
No doubt, no doubt.
Welcome
So,
in,
Daniel?
Suzanne.
Oh, hi, Suzanne.
we
I'm
got
sorry I
in?
missed you.
Hi, Suzanne.
Daniel, you've got your coffee now?
I'm getting
It
it
looks
now.
really bright where you are. You're in Aberdeen, or
I
near
am.
Aberdeen.
I'm in Aberdeen.
Did you know there's an Aberdeen, North Carolina, and an Aberdeen, Maryland?
I did.
Cool. Cool.
Down here, we
Because-
don't talk about the Scottish folk. They don't exist.
I ain't Scottish, Lisa.
Yeah, I know you're not. But you're in Aberdeen. We don't like talking about them.
Well, hey, I come from Scottish people.
Scottish. Get it right. Scottish.
Scottish.
You're
One of my
Scottish.
family names
Scottish.
is Duncan.
I mean,
I
I say that, and I can say this to Daniel as well as to David. Where I live, literally, the town that I'm bordering on is classed as mini Scotland because the Scottish came down and formed the town as an industry town, and now you cannot get away from the Scottish, even though the town's got nothing to do with Scotland. But we call them Corbyites, or I can say this on your channel because it's not mine, Corbyshites.
Okay. Spell that
But-
out for me at some point, but you don't have to do it today.
It's a mini Scotland. It's just
Yeah.
the accents everywhere.
No,
everywhere.
I understand that. North Carolina is full of Scottish immigrants, except they've been here for like 300 years. So it's a little different. And
Is the accent pretty much similar? Like you could listen to one and go, "Oh yeah, you've got Scottish heritage."
well, do you know in the U.S. South, sometimes you can tell where their ancestors came from in England, because there are those who came from like the Southwest, the
He
Cornish
just said from
coast.
England. He didn't say from
Britain.
Scotland. Did you hear that, Daniel?
No,
He said from
I
England.
said it doesn't fucking matter. From from GB, from the UK.
There
It
you go.
doesn't fucking matter. The point I was making was there are some immigrants who came from like the Cornish coast area. There are some immigrants who came from like the Liverpool area. There are some immigrants who came from like the south area, like London and southeast,
Mhm.
and some immigrants who came from Scotland or Ireland.
Quite a
And there are
mix.
all different varieties of accents. Even within the South, there are different varieties of Southern accents, or what we call American Southern accents.
Yeah.
And I have actually, I don't have empirical evidence of this, but I have heard it said that there are more people in the U.S. who speak Celtic than in Ireland.
Oh wow.
And there actually, there was
Sorry.
a fantastic miniseries that I think it dates from before Daniel was born, but a fantastic miniseries from the BBC called The Story of English, and it highlighted this very isolated island in the Chesapeake Bay, where the accent sounds very, very much like where the immigrants originally came from, which I believe was near Cornwall. So I mean, I
Really
am fascinated
diverse.
by language and linguistics and all of that stuff. It's one of the many things that I should have studied instead of fucking music.
So what you're saying is, instead of people asking you for a tune every 5 minutes, you want them to say, give us an impression of a different dialect.
No, thank God they don't do that. And thank God they don't ask me to sing anymore either, because, it was funny. There was a time when anytime I would go to a family gathering, people would expect me to sit down at the piano and play and sing. And, it's like, if you would just leave me alone, I might do it of my own volition.
Night,
But
Coco.
the moment that is Coco leaving us? Bye-bye, Coco.
I waved to her, but I didn't want to interrupt like I normally do.
Why should today be any different?
I know.
As I was saying, but when people ask me to do that sort of thing, if you would just leave me alone, I might do it of my own volition, because it's fun. But the moment you ask me to do it, it's like asking my mother to teach someone to read at a family reunion, or asking my sister to dress a wound. Well, she would have done that because she was a nurse, so she would have done that anyway. But asking my sister for medical advice at a family reunion, that sort of thing. So asking me for a tune at a family reunion is the same thing, and it's like free entertainment. And I don't work for free, and it's work. When you put that much training into it, it's work. And well, I don't do it anymore. It was work. Well, anyway, I've said my piece.
Well done.
I won't. But I think you understand me.
I do.
Yeah. So Daniel is very young, so we have to be careful with him.
What do you mean you've got to be careful with me?
Because you is delicate.
Yeah.
I'm not delicate.
When you're young, you're so tender.
I'm not delicate. I'm not tender.
It's mostly because it's so much fun to tease him because he's so young. But,
See, what David and I ought to be doing with you, Daniel, is, and I so apologise for everybody watching this right now, but this is what David and I ought to be doing to Daniel right now. and drawing all the life essence into us.
There's no
I
life
know,
lessons in me.
because we have no youth left in us at all. I
You
certainly
need to
don't.
draw it out.
But
I
mean,
always think of it very much like in Hocus Pocus, where the witches go up to the children and
Oh
like
yeah, yes.
that's it.
But you know what? He's so sweet that you don't want to take anything away from him.
Oh, I don't know. If he's got chocolate to hand at any point, I might just go, oh, I want
Well,
that.
I didn't say anything about chocolate.
You said anything.
No. I mean, if he's got chocolate or booze, it might be a different question.
Oh, no, yarn or chocolate or yarn or just chocolate or just yarn or...
Oh, stop it. You're making me want chocolate.
How can anyone never not want chocolate? I mean, really.
Oh. So what kind of a coffee drink did you get at the drive-thru?
I got caramel latte.
This video is not sponsored
How
by Costa
much
Coffee.
Sugar is in that caramel latte.
It's sugar-free. It's sugar-free, guys.
Oh, good lad.
Oh. How many
I'm
other
good.
artificial ingredients are in that caramel latte?
But I can
I-
almost guarantee, David, that it's probably half or less than you would find in exactly the same coffee in America.
Oh, honey, you don't ever want to buy anything to eat in America. I can
Oh,
promise
I'd get the
you that.
shits if I went over there.
Oh, please, yeah. But yeah. No, I know about food purity laws and the differences and stuff. But
But our McDonald's tastes a lot nicer.
do you know McDonald's in Berlin is amazing. McDonald's in Amsterdam.
You mean
Is
it
amazing.
was? It was.
Well,
They've changed quite a bit.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
But McDonald's in Wilmington, North Carolina, not so much.
The only McDonald's that I've been to outside of the UK was a Parisian McDonald's, and I was about 20 years younger.
Mm-hmm.
And the most amazing thing that I found at that McDonald's that I've never seen in a McDonald's since is they had salad, a proper salad menu. You could have like 4 or 5 different McDonald's salads. And I was enthralled. It was bleeding amazing. I've never seen a McDonald's with a salad since.
I've been
They
to
have-
France so many times and never had a French McDonald's.
You're better off. Don't ever try it. In the US, I think McDonald's has tried pitching salads, but I don't think the sales were enough to really support the product. So they pulled it. So, if it doesn't sell, they're not going to offer any more of it.
I suppose it's like any country has their own particular developed tastes. And when something new is introduced in, if it doesn't take, it doesn't take, because you're so used to something being overly salty or overly sweet or bland as hell like it is in the UK. But we've all got different tastes. Oh, Daniel's going to blow up. Oh, maybe not.
Don't blow up, Daniel.
The problem with UK McDonald's is something gets popular and then they take it off the menu.
Runs away. Oh, it's selling really well. Let's get rid of it.
Yeah.
Probably because they can't meet demand. If they can't meet demand, then then they can't sell it.
It was like the Big Tasty. I was like, I absolutely love the Big Tasty, and then they were like, "Oh, we're getting rid of it now." I was like, "Oh, for 5 minutes, you've only just bought it out."
Yeah.
What was the Big Tasty?
Oh, it was delicious. It was
It was
like
big
this
and it was
huge
tasty.
burger,
I sort of figured that, Lisa.
and it was huge.
But then again, huge by European standards is different.
Hey, boys, calm down. It's not about the size. It's the motion of the ocean.
Now, Did either one of us make any kind of
You
suggestion
said
that
about
would
size and bigger not necessarily being better, and I'm like, oh my gosh, let's sort this sizing thing out right now.
I didn't say anything like that.
Look, where your mind went with that, that's up to you. I was talking about the Big Muck Tasty thing.
I think we know where your mind went.
What do you mean
But
went? It's
we were
permanently
talking
there,
about
David.
Food. Yeah, we were talking about food. I don't know where
The
your
double
mind
meat. No,
was.
it's gone, Whisper. The standard
Oh,
one
my
is gone, let alone
goodness
double.
gracious. Anyway, tell us more about what was it, the McTasty?
Big Tasty.
The Big Tasty.
There's not
yeah.
really a lot to say about it. It's just a huge burger.
Was there anything special in the toppings or the dressings or anything?
Not really. Burger sauce.
It was just big and tasty.
Yeah.
As Lisa said about 5 minutes ago.
David,
Yes.
you have a picture.
Do I?
You do.
Where?
On your phone.
Oh, okay, here's my phone. Oh, I'm scared now. Look, it's a photo from Lisa.
Oh, shock.
It's a burger.
But look
Oh,
Did you
what's
send
on.
him a picture of the Big Tasty, Lisa?
Yeah.
It looks like it's
It's
big
huge and
and
it's delicious.
tasty. Yeah. Well, anyway,
It's got bacon on it. It's got cheese on it. It's got
Oh.
lettuce. It's 2 burgers. It's
my-
2 bottom bits of
sound-
bun.
Oh, it's so good.
you know, if it didn't come from McDonald's, it would be delicious. But you know,
By the
Who
way,
can
this
trust
video is also not
McDonald's?
sponsored by McDonald's.
It's not. Yeah, not Costa, not McDonald's.
no, because we know the truth about McDonald's. Have you ever seen some of those videos about what actually goes into McDonald's food? I suppose it's mostly
I don't look at them
US.
because I like McDonald's so much. I decide not to look at them.
When I was a
Yeah,
kid,
Stick around. I will guide you. You're
David can
very
teach you
young
everything.
and naive, but
when I was a kid and used to
Yeah.
skive a lot of school, we used to hang out in the town centre shopping centre thingy because that's where boys were. So that's where we wanted to be. But
Hey,
we'd
we like
always, well, you know, who doesn't like a bit of boy? So we wouldn't have lunch. So we would scab money off people, try and get 99 pence to buy a McChicken sandwich. And on the very rare
Oh, but
occasion,
they're good as well.
I love them. I used, instead of getting the McChicken sandwich, I would get a milkshake. And then one day, this amazingly beautiful hunk Adonis, oh my gosh, I wanted to, oh my love, yeah, anyway. He turned around and he said,
I'm
you
not
shouldn't
sure
be drinking
I'm clear
that.
what you mean there, Lisa.
Whoever knows what I mean. He turned around and he said, you shouldn't be drinking McDonald's milkshake because it's made with chicken feet and fat. And it put me off for about 10 years. And then I had another one and I'm like, nah, sod the chicken feet. I don't care what it's made of. It tastes
Yeah,
good.
I don't care either. They're so good. McDonald's milkshakes are like, oh, the best milkshakes you can get.
Oh, dear boy, you have so much to learn.
Do I?
Um,
As long as it tastes good, I don't care what's in it.
Young and tender, David, young and tender. Good morning, Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
Hello, Kathy. There are other people who have come in, and I'm sorry if I'm neglecting you, but I'm having so much fun with the panel here, except for Lisa, who is
Except for me.
such a
Who does.
nuisance.
Jan, it kind of is a little bit like the Big Mac, but it's a Big Mac plus half the size again, widthways. sort of.
Mm-hmm.
But
So
then
it's just
an
that
American Big
little
Mac,
bit
I'm
bigger.
sure, is totally
An
different.
American Big Mac's probably the size of our Big Tasty.
An American Big Mac is probably about the size of a football field to you. But you know, American servings, everybody knows that.
It does, but you've got far more variety because you guys are that little bit healthier.
Ha! Healthier? I don't
Said
know who
little bit.
you've been listening to.
I'm talking to Whisper. We're
Oh,
talking
Whisper.
Dutchland.
Oh, yeah. Well, no. Nederlands.
Dutchland.
No. Deutschland is
No, not
Germany.
Deutschland. I didn't say Deutsch. I said Dutchland.
Dutchland. Yeah.
With the tulips and the windmills and the clogs.
Yeah. Nederlands.
Die Nederland.
Yeah. Okay, I'm about to come to the end of my yarn from Daniel, and it's so beautiful. And I still just love it. And this is my.
How does it feel, David?
Honestly,
They come out.
What do you mean? Did it come out?
He's talking to his friend.
Well,
Is it free, Len? Yeah. Right, I've got to go for my COVID test. I'll be back on after I finish.
See you in a bit, Daniel.
Okay,
See ya.
have fun. I guess.
Have fun.
I don't know.
With the COVID test. Have fun.
Yeah.
All I did was gag on mine. Anyway, how does it
Yeah.
feel, David?
They're gonna stick a Q-tip up your nose, but do enjoy yourself.
And down your throat. Yeah.
Yeah, but honestly, it's 100% wool. It could use a wash to soften up a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but other than that, it's fine. I have met acrylics that were much harsher than this.
How does
And-
it feel in comparison to your beard? I know that's a weird thing, but
I think it's okay. Yeah.
about the same.
Well, perhaps, yeah. I've never made that comparison before.
It
I should
just
start
kind of
doing
struck me that you look a little bit fluffier than normal, and I thought, oh, I wonder if that's similar to
Well,
the.
that's because I'm
work.
retaining water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm in the basement. You got someone in the basement. You got someone that likes to talk more than
Oh.
me in the basement.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed you.
Hi.
Oh, hey.
Goedemorgen.
Goedemorgen.
Whisper. Oh.
And it's Nederland, not Dutchland. Come on.
Dutchland.
Yeah,
you speak
that's
That's
Dutch.
what I said.
in the land.
No,
Nederland.
I speak
Oh.
Nederlands.
Ursula is with
No,
us
no,
too.
no, no.
Hey,
Not
Ursula, in the
Dutch.
chat.
I don't know why they call it Dutch to begin with. Dutch
'Cause it's
is
Dutch.
Deutschland, not Holland. So,
The foundation is Dutch.
Oh,
The foundation.
oh no.
Whatever they are
Have you got
made
the
of,
TV
they
on, Whisper?
appreciate.
hmm?
Yes.
Have you got the TV on or something?
Yeah, Sven, can you turn down the TV a bit?
Wow.
Thank
It's not a
you.
big deal, but just being aware of
Good
where
morning,
that's coming
Kaylin.
from. And
Good
He's,
morning,
he's
Matt.
watching some YouTuber on the TV.
Oh, well, as well he should. YouTubers rule. Well,
Yeah, well,
some
not
of them
this one.
do. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Some of them do. Some of them
Disrespectful.
are just awful. Yeah. But we as YouTubers rule. Yeah.
Yes.
Because everybody else draws.
Something like that. Yes.
How are you getting on with your massive amount that you were getting through a couple of days ago, Bob?
I'm over halfway there.
Mm.
And where
we
are
decided
the
to
orders
just
coming in
postpone it a
from?
week, so it's not. I'm not taking it to Reggie Saturday. I'm taking it to Reggie this Saturday next week.
You're
So that's
taking
a
it
lot of-
like you're literally walking over there and saying, "There you go." Okay.
I'm bringing. Reggie lives like an hour away from me, so
Oh, is that
by
it?
foot
Oh,
or by
Just
car?
cross border.
But
Handy.
anyway, So
No,
it's-
she lives
so,
just across the border in Germany. So
So that's all hand dyeing work that you're doing for Reggie?
yes,
Oh, lovely, lovely.
the advent calendar,
I
and that means I have to unhank all those minis, and it's 12 times 24,
mm,
and then dye them, detangle them, because those things tangle up again, and then scheme them back up to tiny little hanks like this,
okay.
and then put
Okay,
the
I
little.
just got a message in the chat from Daniel.
Daniel wants to come back, but he needs the link.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, the link. Okay,
I found it
that
back
was
up.
quick. Yeah,
Yeah, did you just stick that thing up your nose?
yeah. It is very quick, and especially if you don't have to wait around for the results.
Yeah.
I'm quite
Which-
chuffed. Over here, we've got the home kits. We get 7 tests in a kit, so you can stick it in the cupboard, and then anytime you think maybe, you can grab one of the test kits, and it's done within 30 minutes. Like you get
Okay,
a result
he's-
in 30 minutes.
They
Looks like he's
just
back in the
gave my
car.
son. They gave my son 2 self-testing kits.
Hmm.
The kids are
Mhm.
supposed to do that like every now and then. Just I think like 2 times a week they have to test themselves, which I'm okay with general teens. But when you have teens with physical disabilities or mental disabilities,
It's difficult. Hi, Reggie.
I
We
can
were
see-
just talking about
Oh,
you.
Reggie's
Yes.
here. Hey, Ray. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
welcome back, Daniel.
Actually, I have a friend who he's an administrator for a large opera company, and they've been trying to recover from this whole pandemic thing. All of the performing arts organizations are,
yeah,
and it's been really, really hard on them. And they were all set to do this concert with a really, really major singer, and then someone in their organization turned up positive, even though they do testing on a really frequent basis there, and they teach people about prevention and everything. But
Mhm.
someone within the organization, it might not have, I don't remember who it was or what that person's function was, but because that person was within the organization, they felt it was safest to just cancel the concert. And that concert was going to be sort of like their first hurrah back after the pandemic.
yeah.
So I felt so bad for them.
No, only good things, Reggie. No worries.
Yeah, she says that now. I've watched the replay.
The only thing I said is that we live an hour apart from each other, so that's it.
Oh.
And that you're halfway done with the order. See, you said that
Yeah.
bit too.
And she knows that because she's seen literally
I
every
was just
color
filling
I
her
dye.
in. Filling her in.
She has seen every
So
color I
then,
dye.
if you're charging her for
So-
time, then
I'm a passenger, don't worry.
no, I understand. Yeah. Did somebody else say something about the driving and stuff? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Being a passenger, it is much better because
Yeah, Ursula asked if he was the passenger.
before Ursula
And
came
he
in,
is,
when
so-
when
Yay.
when Daniel was driving over, I expressed the same concern. So I'm sure you're used to these tests, but you have to do them like once a week, right?
I've got to do mine once a week.
Mm,
I guess it depends on which area of the health service you're working in.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would
I
think
work
so.
directly with the elderly, so I have
Yeah,
to get
good thing.
tested weekly or I can't work.
Yep. Which is a good thing
Yeah.
Yeah, in the end it is. In the end,
because
it
they are
is.
the most vulnerable ones. So yeah.
They certainly are, those and children, as well as people with
Over here, they're claiming that children are not vulnerable.
over here they're not really immunizing anyone under 14. and I don't know the science. I'm not a doctor of any sort, or I'm not a medical professional, so I'm not going to say anything about that. But I do know that the elderly, people with other reasons for concern about their immunity, they are the most vulnerable.
Yeah.
I've got a friend in Canada with a large family, and one of her kids, I don't know what you guys call it over there. She's in lower school, so it's up to 9. Like she's under 9. She got COVID positive, came home. 5 of the kids are now COVID positive, plus the husband, plus one of the grandparents.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
That's not surprising.
Over here, I'm just waiting because they were talking about maybe because they ordered so many COVID vaccines. Because at one point here in Europe, you guys have seen it. It was basically order the hell what you can get anywhere, just so that you have your people vaccinated. And now it looks like we have like way too many, or at least too many for just the grown-ups.
Yeah.
So now they were talking about maybe starting to vaccinate teens from August on. So it might be that, and then they'll look at the teens. If the decision is made sometime this month, then they're gonna look to see if there are teens with any sort of autoimmune disease or anything that would put them on the list first, and then start getting those out, getting those done like right away. So I already know Sven will be on that one, so he might be getting his first shot like by the end of the month.
I just don't understand how they can turn around and say children are not the carriers, children can't get it, but children are intermingling constantly. They're still human beings.
They didn't say it over here that they couldn't get it. They just said they wouldn't get sick of it. Or
we had over here very early on that kids can't get it.
No, they didn't never said that over here. They always said like kids can get it, but compared to the adults, they will not get
carry it
from it. They can carry it. They will not get as sick from it. So that they might get like small cold symptoms, and that would be like it. But we have
another good thing about being young, Daniel. You've got a higher tolerance of things, and you bounce back from things quicker.
Exactly, because I've been fully vaccinated now. I'm double dosed now.
And you were bouncy already,
like,
so
everyone's like, oh, we shouldn't have to wear masks now. We've been double vaccinated, and everyone's like, oh, why'd you go out and about, and why'd you do this, why'd you do that without a mask? And I'm like, well, if I get COVID, even if I hadn't been vaccinated, I'm young, I'm healthy, I can self-isolate, so I'll bounce back quicker.
But you can still carry, so wearing a mask is still a big importance because you can still give to someone else.
I'm still happy to wear a mask. Like, I know I've got to wear a mask, and I'm happy to carry on wearing the mask. But like, people were saying, oh, aren't you worried about getting COVID? And I said, no, because if I get it, I'm young, I'm healthy. I'll self-isolate, I'll bounce back, I'll be fine. Not like the older generation that might possibly not bounce back from it. Do you know what I mean?
Are you hearing this, David? Are you hearing this, Barb? Us older generations won't bounce very well.
Put yourself in the older generation.
No,
I'm not in the older generation.
It's the same logic as with the normal flu vaccine, where people are so resistant to getting any kind of
over
vaccine,
here. The masks are still mandatory, so
Oh, they're compulsory here now. It's not mandatory anymore. It's not mandatory.
Sick because you, regardless of whether you yourself get sick, you can still make other people sick. Even if you're vaccinated. So that is why masks make sense. I've in the past week or so, I've been, when I go out into public, go to stores for things. I see people without masks, and I feel like I'm the only one wearing a mask. And sometimes I feel awkward because I'm wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Well,
Over here you'll be the norm.
But
we actually, I saw it in a store. Some lady just walked into the store without a mask on. Like, the staff immediately approached her on it. Like, put your mask on.
Oh,
and they even gave
videos about that on our side.
Gave one to her. Like one of those paper surgical masks. They even gave her one of those. Like, put a mask on.
I'm sorry. What did you say, Daniel?
That wasn't me.
There was an idiot on the road. Let's put it that way. There was an idiot on the road.
Oh yeah, sometimes that happens. No matter where you are.
That was just such a great British thing to say. You dozy twat. Love it.
I'm not sure as much of an Anglophile as I am, I'm not sure I knew that phrase before.
Do you not know? I call people a dozy twat a lot. How have you not come across it?
I don't know. I guess I need to be watching you more, Lisa.
You need to watch me more, David.
Translate that to like moron.
You silly pregnant fish.
Or just tell them they're just idiotic moron.
It's funny. There are phrases that I have noticed. Just as long as I've been watching, British TV, because I love British TV, at least what I have seen. There are phrases that are just not as offensive to British as they are to Americans.
And the other way round.
And the other way around, exactly. If you call a woman a cow in the UK, it's not that big a deal. But if you call a woman in the US a cow, you need to call law enforcement to defend you.
Do you know Be Yourself with Jane?
Sorry?
Yeah.
Be Yourself with Jane. I was having a private StreamYard call with her, and she came out with something, and I went, "You dozy cow!" And she went, "Say it again! Say it again! Nobody calls us that over here because it's so offensive, but I love it. Call me it again!" And I went, "Yeah, you really are a dozy mare, aren't you?" No, the cow! The cow! Call me the cow!
That's funny, yeah.
So, when we call now, I have to make sure I get a dozy cow in there somewhere.
She is hysterically funny. She really is. And I love seeing her on people's live streams. I haven't seen her on mine, but maybe one day when I am a man, she will come and join me. But
you really?
Yeah, there is that possibility. Yeah. Who knows? Okay.
I know she's going through a little bit of poo-poos at the moment.
Yeah.
Lots of our friends.
Health-wise, she's not too
great. It's not just her health; she's losing her dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh dear.
So it's double. It's mentally hard on her, as well as she doesn't have another support dog yet.
Yeah.
No, she won't get one while she's got that one. She doesn't think it's the right thing to do.
Even though that one is
it's in liver failure now.
That's awful. Yeah. And even though it's like doing a job, it's still your companion. I mean,
she's really good friend.
More than just, but it's beside that, it's an emotional support dog, so it's like a family member. It's more like a family member than a working dog, basically.
Exactly.
It was a working dog for other medical issues. It was a support dog as well, so that is like double.
So it's not like a cattle dog or something. It's
no, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. I once met someone with a perfectly beautiful dog, you know, with one of those collars or jackets on that said "This is a service dog," so you know, back off, you stupid idiot. But I didn't, and I said, and I complimented her on the dog, and
Take care,
everything.
Diana.
And then, like a fool, I felt so bad afterward. I asked her why she had a service dog, and which is so inappropriate.
Not less, more like nosy than inappropriate. So not
exactly,
so
nosy and inappropriate. But I loved the dog, and I'm sure she saw that. But
yeah.
But and she was very gracious. And I realized as soon as I said it that it was inappropriate, and I felt bad. But you know,
actually, most people that do have one, and they have them for some kind of disability or issue, they won't mind talking about it, because then it will let people know that service dogs are there for more than just one reason.
Mm-hmm.
It's better than standing there and staring, if you ask.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Right, I'm going to give you all some really good news.
What's that?
I'm going to bugger off.
That's not necessarily good news.
I need to get washed and dressed and start the day. I've got some eBay orders I've got to get sorted.
Well, washing and dressing is usually a good thing, but you know, we don't want to lose you.
Well, you wish you could lose me, but I'll always bring the map back.
Okay, we'll come back when you can. No.
I will see you later, guys. Nice to see you, Mr. Daniel.
Bye,
nice to see you, Miss Barbara. I'll see you later.
Lisa.
Have a good one. And I will keep you running, David. You know, you'll still be there. But
that's lovely. Thank you so much.
I'm buggering off.
Oh, well, now that we've got rid of her. Just kidding, Lisa. But but anyway, how far? I guess how far is your drive home, Daniel?
I'm about just over 5 minutes away from home now.
Oh, okay. So it's like a half an hour each way?
Yeah, probably about 20 minutes, half an hour each way, depending on traffic.
Do you drive every day? Or every day you go to work?
Yeah. Well, I don't drive. I get a lift in.
Oh, okay.
I don't have a driving license.
Neither do I.
Yeah, it's not quite as common. It's like a rite of passage for most American kids at the age of at least when I was young, at the age of 16, you would get your driver's license. So I got my first driver's license in 1978.
Well, I was working on getting my driver's license, and then during the final exam, I was hit from behind.
You told me that story before.
Yeah, so I got a torn meniscus, and with the whole COVID pandemic thing, it's not, and it doesn't heal. So I have to go back. But right now, like every major surgery that is not life-threatening is like postponed for over a year.
Oh yeah, I can imagine that. Yeah.
So and like I can still function. So the only thing I cannot do, I cannot drive a car because I cannot push the pedal in without screaming bloody murder. So.
Well, nobody wants that.
No. And I can have a pretty loud voice, so if I do that, like the examiner.
I sort of figured you did. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what you get when you have been in a church choir as a kid. Trained voice.
Oh, don't get me started on church choirs, because that's where my passion is. Church music. Church music and opera. So don't get me started.
I was in a church choir from the age of 6 till the age of 15.
Really?
And then I purposely destroyed my voice.
Purposely?
Yeah. I didn't want to anymore.
Oh,
So I used the Bruce Springsteen method of destroying my voice.
So it was one of those "I'll show you, I'll hurt me" things.
Yeah. Bye,
Oh.
Reggie. See you, Ursula's. So
Oh.
no, I wanted to get out of the choir. I didn't like it anymore. It was the attitude of some of the people there. They thought they were better than everybody else, so I just didn't like. They didn't do that to me, but I didn't like the attitude of some of the people there.
Attitude among choir members? Who ever heard of such a thing?
Well, this was to the extreme, like trying to tease people to the that's pestering, bullying.
No,
To the people that they didn't want in the choir anymore, so they basically bullied them out. And they didn't want me out. They didn't want me out, but I was like, yeah, but I want out.
More
just
than
because
once.
of that attitude. That attitude was like, done.
Yeah. I can recall at least once in a choir that I was hired to sing in, because I was a voice major. Then my sister came along to sing as a volunteer, and she felt really intimidated because she thought people were looking at her and judging her. And what she didn't realize is probably they were turning around and looking at her because she was doing really well. But of course, because of our upbringing, that we were taught to believe that was not terribly likely. If you know what I mean.
It's the insecurity and everything that comes with it.
So yeah, and it's funny because
as you can hear by the tone of my voice, I was an alto, and they didn't have too many of those.
Oh my God, altos are gold.
I was an alto.
They can read for one thing, and reading music is sopranos who can read. Who ever heard of such a thing? But altos can always read, and altos are gold. But then again, you always have altos who are just either lazy or old sopranos.
Yeah. We had a couple of those.
Yeah, and in fact, more than once when I was in K church choirs, and I always loved doing that kind of church music. I really, really did. More than once, there would be women in the tenor section who were basically old altos who were singing lower and lower and lower.
Yeah.
But they were singing tenor now. I don't think any of them ever sang bass. They probably did, but not in my experience. But I was very fortunate. My very last church job was actually the very best because the people were the very best, and that's what you're there for. I mean, especially at that time. By that time, I was in my 40s.
Yeah.
So I knew, music was never going to be my living, and I was doing it because I loved church music, and you can always use a few bucks on the side.
Yeah.
And the people there were just amazing, and they loved me too. So that's what made that particular my last church choir job the best ever.
I'm not sure if you've seen the big church in Breda.
The what?
The big church in Breda. The one where the royal weddings are held and everything.
Probably not, no.
That is the last performance I did in the big church in Breda. That's it. I went there, and afterwards, the jealousy and all hell breaking loose. I was like, done.
Well,
because they were jealous because the sopranos were on the left side, the altos were in the middle, and the tenors were on the bass and the tenors were on the right. I'm like, yeah, so.
Well,
it had
I
to do
come
with the
from an
acoustics.
Anglican
So.
tradition where you should have SATB on left side and SATB on right side. There's
Yeah, it had to do
the
something with the church acoustics
cantori
or
and the
something.
decani, so that there's, in effect, it's like two choirs. So, and I love Anglican church music. I can't get enough of it to this day. Look, there's Oslo. Oh my God, we love Oslo. Oh.
And Oslo is so happy because Dad's home.
Of course he is.
Yeah, Daddy's home now. He's happy.
Yeah. I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the colorways reskinned.
Oh,
rehanged.
Okay. Cool.
Rehanged. So you get.
Cool. Yeah, I was just sort
That's
of
so
untangling.
pretty.
Oh, this is the one you liked.
Oh, they're pretty.
So the half and half ones.
The lighting in here is just messing me up. I can't see.
I'm going to turn my laptop on and put you on my laptop.
Okay.
Does this work for you, David?
That looks nice. It looks very blue.
I need that in my life.
Yeah, it's a violet, blue, and
over you.
Aqua.
Aren't these tears in my eyes telling you?
So I have to grab the next one, but I'm not wanting to yet.
Yeah. So I was just untangling something with that was my own problem with the yarn that I got from Daniel, but I'm still crazy about the yarn, and it is still so beautiful.
I'm still crocheting the second bandana cowl, a different design from that one. I'm still working on that one. That one is done.
Okay.
That's a 3-piece set that has a matching beanie and it has matching wristlets. So I got that one done. And my other patterns, so far I'm getting great reactions from testers. So the one that you like, the pink and white.
I always like pink and white. Yeah.
You said that you like that one with the triangle shawl. You were responding to that one on Instagram.
I'm sure I was, but I have a mind like a sieve.
Right, I'm gonna go. I'll join you on my laptop.
Okay.
Because my
Looking
laptop's
forward.
better. All right.
So yeah, I got that pattern written out. There was like 2 remarks on it, and it was just minor. Because stuff that we do automatically, chain 3, what do? Turn. We turn. Because it's a triangle shawl. You're turning.
At the end of a row, you do however many you're going to chain, and then you turn. And
that's it. The only thing I didn't put in was chain. I had put in chain 3. The only thing I didn't do was and turn. So I had to add in and turn. That was a suggestion made, and so I did that.
Yeah.
And it was one writing mishap.
I start the next row with chain however many, and then turn. Yeah. Okay, Daniel is coming up on his laptop.
So I did that as well. So I did that at the beginning of the row. You chain 3 and turn, and then the rest. So got that pattern done. So, just waiting on the testers to be done so I can put in the different types of pictures of it.
So Daniel and I are offering a kit with my pattern and his yarn if anybody is interested.
Nice. When is the kit already available, or is it coming?
It's available now, isn't it?
I haven't got anything up on my website just because I want people to have a choice of what yarn they want to use.
Yeah.
So I basically just said that if you're interested in a kit, because I have the pattern anyway, just send me a message with what yarn you want and I can get invoices sent out and stuff.
Exactly.
Just promote it. Just promote them the kits on Instagram a lot, and I'll just
And
please
yeah, if
how do you
there
say
are
that?
any
Forward it.
forward it, yeah. Any
Because
yarns that are
for
not.
some reason I got like over 2,000 people following me on Instagram. No clue why,
Oh,
but
I wish I did. Yeah.
no,
Because
I got like 2,000 something. We'd
I
have to
need.
check. I got no clue.
I actually I applied to be an influencer with one of those yarn companies, and they said, "Do you have like 5,000 people in total with all your social media outlets?" And I don't, because I've only got about at present 1375 in terms of YouTube subscribers, and then between my two Instagram pages, it's probably maybe 1,200 if I'm lucky. And then my Facebook business page, I don't know how many. So, yeah, but you
I
have
got
to have.
2,200 exactly on Instagram alone.
Wow. Wow, that's
Don't
great.
ask me why. I got no clue.
So, anyway, back to the kit with Daniel. I would suggest if there are any yarns that are not moving as quickly as you would like, put them in the kit and push them that way.
Like, to be honest, David, all my yarn is getting really low now. Like, when I get this yarn order, I'm going to have to restock big time.
Yeah.
That's because we all love your yarns and we're all pushing you to everybody else.
Can you make a picture for Instagram with just the idea of pattern yarn combination?
Well, it's the same pattern that I'm doing right now, actually. It's the Alicia shawl. And I've had it on Instagram before.
You have like those things that make an Instagram picture. Use a post picture of the shawl, the pattern that you're using, a picture of David's yarn, maybe both your logos in there, and then post that like a collab so that people know that there's a collaboration kit possible.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
And that way I can help spread it out. Because out of those 2,200, I think about 2,000 of them crochet. So
yeah. So let's work on that, Daniel, to put something together with because you've already made one of these, and I've made about half a dozen already.
I'm working on another one already.
And I'm the one I'm doing now is with the first tank of your yarn. Oh, Sabrina! Hi,
yes.
Sabrina. We love Sabrina. Yes.
Oh, Sabrina, hi.
And Jan is asking how much the kit is, David.
That's a Daniel question.
Yeah, I think that kind of depends on the yarn.
It will depend on what yarn you want, because my yarn ranges from like £16 upwards. So it'd be the cost of the yarn plus the pattern.
Normal, yeah. Like it's the same with me. If you get the regular 4-ply sock yarn,
yeah,
€20 max, and that is no sale going on regular price. But if you have the silk one, yeah, you're talking €25.
Exactly. Yeah. And yeah, the thing about it is it's really, really beautiful stuff, but it's priced realistically because it's hand dyed. So you can't expect it to be like Walmart yarn. It's like when you're trying to sell your goods, which I don't even do anymore. It's not Walmart stuff.
If you look at some of the yarns that they got, like the DK or whatever, we sometimes have more yardage on them.
It's true. I got the
because I've seen expensive acrylic yarns that look like really fancy with glitters and whatnot, and they're like maybe not $9 a skein, $9 to $10 a skein, like DK yarns. And I'm like, that's 50 grams. That's maybe 200 yards. For me, the same or the fancier yarn, being merino with glitter in there, would probably be like 20 euros, 20 to 22 euros, depending on the weight. And I got 150 grams in one of those DK weights.
Mm-hmm.
But
150 grams, 440 meters, 400 meters. Sorry, 440 yards. So,
So,
like,
but
it
exactly.
might be
but
cheaper sometimes,
I
depending on
hope
the yarn type.
so. I hope it is more economical. But at the
It
same
often is,
time,
because if you look at that, this is a 3-piece set with the bandana cowl, the beanie, and the wristlets, and it's only 2 hanks
uh-huh.
of DK glitter yarn.
And how much did those 2 hanks cost?
Total together would be 40.
You
40
lost
euros.
me at
40 euros.
40
You
euros,
lost me at
less than
40.
45. Yeah, less than $45.
Oh,
Yeah.
dollars.
Um,
No problem,
So-
Jan.
Less than $45, and you have 3 items out of it.
yeah.
So
it's
because
I
that
don't make
is
my own samples. I'm too lazy.
sorry? Say
no,
that
I
again?
don't
that's
make
my
my
own
own
pattern.
samples.
That's just my own pattern.
It's very pretty.
So this is the DK type glitter yarn that I got.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
So this is the silver. This is with Lurex, not the Stellina one. This is the Lurex, but it's not scratchy. Compared to some yarns with Lurex in there, it's scratchy as heck. This is not
Mhm.
scratchy. So, because this is like the most sensitive skin you got, like right underneath your chin. Nope.
Crystal always rubs her yarn right there.
Yeah, it's because
I have
this
fuzz
area,
right
especially
there.
especially for a woman, this is the most sensitive skin you got. And if you want to know if this stuff is going to itch on you wearing it, you just need to go there. But where's the sunshine gone? It's still here, but it's not super cloudy. It's like a thin layer.
Yeah, it's a bit like
Clouds.
here too.
Yeah.
Very lightly overcast.
It's not even sunrise here yet. It's
So, as you can see, oh, here we go
what is
again.
it, 5:21? Something like that. That's okay.
My camera needs to update itself so it doesn't show the bright sunlight. There we go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm.
So
I'm
right
not
now
in
I am
myself.
working. Come on. Don't start that.
What are you doing, Oz?
Mm.
Putting a stitch marker in before I lose the stitch. So
I
right now
just did
I'm
that.
working
Yeah,
on-
yeah. Because
This is how
I've
it
got
looks.
a knot here that I.
Oh, that's very pretty.
So it's super colorful, but it has like the mostly green. So that was the back side. That's just the front.
I love that.
So it has like mostly greens, but I like the green,
Yeah.
especially for fall. I mean, that a little bit of pop of color is never a bad thing, right?
Not exactly. Color's good.
So working on that one. But if you come up closer, it has like every color under the sun, as you can see. There you go.
I like having lots of color.
So it's like it has blues and purples and reds and yellows and everything in there.
Cool.
And it's sort of like I basically grabbed everything I could get and just
Threw
tossed
it all
in.
together.
Nearly. It's not truly there. It's a lot of speckling with green overdye.
Oh. That's I've talked about this one skein that I have that was
Thank you, Sabrina.
hand spun. There was a gift that needs to be dyed, and then I have no idea what to use it for, and I've been just afraid to do anything with it because I thought I would ruin it. And people have said, well, if it doesn't come out, you can just over dye it, and then
Exactly.
I thought,
so I found a skein of mine that has a mistake in it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. This is supposed to be yellow and black. Look what happened to it.
It looks like it's gone like green.
It has green in there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, So what can I do with this one? I can overdye the yellow with green and just make sure it's green and black.
Mm-hmm.
So what you can do is always a good thing. And I see this over here; it's starting to look brownish. So I didn't like that much. So that's why I was like, just need to change this one. And you can the lighter colors, you can overdye that with anything. That's why I said if you're gonna work with food coloring, start with light colors. You can always go brighter. You can always go darker. You cannot go back.
Do you use food coloring all the time then, Whisper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is all done with food coloring.
I have seen quite a few videos on YouTube about using food coloring.
I do not use the candies and whatnot. That's not what I use. I use food coloring gel. So I literally just the food coloring.
Yeah.
David Ursula wants to come up.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Ursula wants to come up.
Of course you can come up.
I wasn't watching, so I'm sorry.
Hi.
It's fine. How are you, Daniel?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, in Granny Square. Ursula. One of your new subscribers, Daniel.
I know. Thank you. I saw your comment on
I
my
love
video.
the yarns you have.
Thank you.
Aren't his yarns amazing?
I'm not in my yarn room at the minute. 'Cause my internet connection's in there's rubbish.
Oh, really?
I got
that's
Dream
fine.
coming, so.
He was saying that since we've been talking about him in the past week or two, that he has had an awful lot of orders too.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just ordered.
His yarn should
what
be
I saw
here
in that video of his is fantastic.
Of course it was.
Yeah.
He does amazing work.
Of course it was.
Well, listen.
How's the weather by you? Well, it's night, so you don't know. But here by us, it is a glorious sunny day.
Yeah, it's not yet daylight here.
It's hot here.
So it's hot here too.
Well, let me just check and see what to expect today.
27 degrees Celsius today.
I don't actually know what it is.
Humid. The humidity is crazy.
So we expect our high today to be around 79 Fahrenheit, whatever that is Celsius.
Same as mine. So that's 27,
that's
28,
warm.
Between 27 and 28.
And yeah, it looks like it's going to be a lot of rain today and for the whole week as well. But
well, it is 75 degrees Fahrenheit here right now. It's going to be 80 here today. And then tomorrow it drops back down to 64 and then slowly creeps back up to 80.
Yeah, you don't have to indulge us by doing Fahrenheit. It's only the Americans who stick to it.
I got an app that actually shows it in Fahrenheit.
Oh, I wish I had an app that did the Fahrenheit and Celsius side by side, and I'm sure there is one.
Get the WT forecast app. For one, it gives you a chuckle because it will.
Usually when I have my breakfast.
Well, because it will give you jokes at the top. Look at what mine says.
I love your joking little weather thing there. I love it. I love it.
Your sweat glands can basically screw off today. That is what it says for today.
Well then.
And if you don't like it, you can actually. Some people say this weather is perfect. Those people are friggin' wrong.
I had.
And if you click, right now it says 75, right? And if you hit the 75, it will change to 24 degrees Celsius. It will show the Celsius.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even know if this still exists. I had one that was called Weather Pup, and so it would come up with a picture of a new puppy with every forecast. What's wrong with that?
Wow. Can I show you what I'm busy with?
Of course.
I got 2 more of them upstairs, Wriggles. If you want it, just let me know. Because otherwise, I have to overdye them.
I've got this is a sweater.
Oh, nice.
Right? And
like pinwheel effect.
Now, but now, let me show you how simple it is. It's 4 motifs crocheted together. Look at that. It's 4, and that is how it fits together. Can you see?
Ah, nice.
Ursula, have you seen my wonky square sweater?
No.
It's a little similar to that, but it's one great big huge square.
Bye, Sabrina. Have a great day.
Bye, Sabrina.
Yeah, take a look at it. I don't have good pictures of it yet, but it's on Ravelry nonetheless. Okay, Sabrina has to leave us, but we're glad that Sabrina was here because we love Sabrina. Why? So Ursula, yeah, do look for my wonky square sweater, and if you want, I will actually send you the pattern because I would love for you to actually make it up. I think where you are, I think making it up in a cotton yarn would be great.
Well, she's going into winter.
Well, make it up in whatever the fuck you want.
Ursula, you muted yourself.
Sorry, I mute. It's a sweater, I say, so it's fine. I can use a sweater. Barbara, can you imagine? It's so early for us. No, it's nice and in the day for us. You know, it's so nice to be live this time of the day. If I could go live this time of the day, it would be great. But I'd miss the entire American crowd, eh?
Well, I figured I would be like talking to maybe 3 Europeans during my lives at like 1 p.m. my time. And lo and behold, there were a load of Americans in there. Like, what the heck are you doing up? That was like the first thing I said. Like, what the heck are you guys doing awake?
Well,
it's like 6, 7 a.m. for you guys. Come on.
Well, that's not so bad. Yeah. I mean,
David doesn't sleep, so David's up all the time.
Yeah, David doesn't
David
sleep.
never sleeps.
Yeah. Except for when he's supposed to go live. That's what.
Well, David likes doing live without telling people he's doing live, so they don't know he's live, so then they can't watch him do the live.
But Monday it was. I was supposed to go live at 1 p.m. Eastern time, and I fell asleep, and then people were calling
me. Jan, you never went to bed, did you? Because I saw Jan at Coco's earlier.
I was at Coco's earlier too. Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, when she went off, I came on. That's. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So I took that as my cue to come.
The other day, I was pestering Coco. I was like, "Go live! I'm bored."
You were telling me that or earlier this evening as well, that you were bored.
Well, I ended up watching a couple of films because I was like, oh, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, what am I going to do at 2 o'clock in the morning? So I was like, oh, there's a film I need to watch. So I find that on Google. So I watched that. And then I ended up watching The Greatest Showman as well.
Some people might actually sleep at 2 a.m.
Never.
I'm not one of those people, but some people might. So.
Jan said, no, it's too hot to sleep.
So my lighting is still awful, but, I don't really care.
David, why can't you sleep tonight? Is it every night or is it just tonight?
It's most nights. I will go to sleep. I will go to bed early. I will sleep for a few hours before midnight, and then I'll be up for a few hours. And then very often I'll just be up for the duration, or I will then go back to bed and sleep for a few more hours and then beat myself up for getting out of bed at like 9 a.m. You know what I mean?
I'm being brought more yarn.
Oh, more yarn? That's not a bad thing.
Ooh.
Well, I cannot play with it. I have to get
Is that your drive to Germany, Whisper?
Yep.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Need to hang them all up. Or
I love that.
You know, I don't remember. It was quite recently when Daniel, I think it was on one of my lives or somebody else's lives. He was up there and he showed some of his yarn and he unhanked something and just showed the whole full big long loop. I got really emotional about that. I did not know what was going on, but it was amazing because it was so beautiful. But
Yeah,
it was also
completely different when it's not in the hank.
yeah. So I'm really digging this pink yarn that I got
I'm
from
just
Daniel.
covering the camera for a second because Marco popped in shirtless. While I don't think shirtless.
Hey, I have no
Not
objection to
pantsless.
shirtless men. I have no objection to pantsless men either. But
I know you don't have an objection to that one. When Marco was just coming in, I was like, yep, covering that one.
yeah.
Easy as.
I'm like a god. I look like Buddha.
He's like, I look like a god. Too bad it's Buddha.
That's okay too. There's an audience for that.
Yes, there is.
Oh my goodness.
Honestly,
what does this conversation get to? Like, really?
It's true. I had, when I was morbidly obese, I had an easier time finding dates than after I had lost a ton of weight.
That doesn't surprise me. Heard that before.
Because it's a
Why
niche
does it not
taste.
surprise you? It surprises me.
No,
It's
there is literally an audience for that.
It's a fetish, really.
Oh.
It is.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, okay.
And and the same. My fellow gingers. I'm sure they have experienced
He's wearing his birthday
something
present.
Similar. You didn't say birthday suit, right? Just birthday present.
No, birthday present. His birthday was yesterday.
Ah.
So
wow.
that was Marco's birthday was yesterday, and he got one of those Red Bull Racing team shirts for his birthday. Because we're a Formula One household.
Are you now?
Yes.
My husband also loves Formula One.
We do not like soccer in this household at all, or football, or whatever you want to call it. We don't like it.
No.
And rugby?
Rugby, yes. Rugby.
Okay,
yes,
we also don't watch soccer or football.
No,
it's a bit foreign to us.
No, I quite like rugby.
I like rugby. I love rugby, but I don't like soccer.
Yeah, don't put football on. Turn that off. No. Don't want to watch it.
And now with the whole European Championship, Lord help me survive that one.
Yeah.
Because it's like orange everywhere on TV, and everything is to promote the freaking European Championship, and we are already like, they're gonna be out before the eighth, like the what they call that? Not even the semifinals yet. They're not gonna make the semifinals. No, they haven't been able to do jack shit since 1988. So no, it's not gonna happen. But it's like orange fever everywhere, and then so instead of we're getting stuff for that is orange, but we're not gonna be using it for soccer. We're gonna be using it to support Max Verstappen. Because
I don't understand. I'm sharing. Oh, sorry, I'm sharing David out. But you know how you go onto your page and you share him out. It doesn't give the picture. It only gives a link. Why does this stupid thing do this?
What is it?
Because where you're linking it is probably being a pain in the butt.
Let's just try that again.
Are you sharing it out on Facebook?
There it is. Now it's right. Now it's right.
Yeah, if you probably on Facebook, because then it will take like 2 to 3 tries sometimes.
Yeah, I don't have any patience for Facebook. You know, I occasionally put
patience for Facebook. That's funny.
I know it's like an oxymoron, right? Back in the day, it was fun, but
they changed so much stuff on there. It's not even funny anymore.
Come on, Oz.
And you know, the number of people who take Facebook seriously now. I heard there was a big discussion on NPR. Well, none of you are American. National Public Radio, which is a like an intelligent news source in the U.S., which I recognize that is an oxymoron. But I was listening, and they were talking about controlling false information and hate speech and stuff on social media like Facebook. And I learned, I did not know this, that more than 80% of Facebook users are outside of the US.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
It's very popular in South Africa.
Well, I think it's very popular everywhere, but I didn't realize to what extent. It just amazes me. And I don't know why, because it sucks. That sucks completely. But there are people who
Can I ask?
Yes. Oh,
Jan Keeling says, I'm American, David, but is that Jan Keeling or Jan? Because we say Jan, but maybe it's Jan. Do you know?
It's probably Jan. It's probably Jan.
For us,
in the US, it would be
for
Jan.
them, Jan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Barb, for you and me, it would be Jan.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also outside of the U.S., like in Northern Europe, it would probably be a man's name, but in the U.S., it would be a woman's name, short for Janet.
Yeah. She's, Jay, yeah, let her just say to us.
She says she's American.
Yeah, Jane. She said J for Jan.
Yes. Okay, so then it's Jan. If it starts with a J, it's Jan then. David, what time? Daniel, what time is it by you? Because I saw it was light by you. Like here, it's light. It was light.
It's 20 to 11.
In the morning.
Yeah.
You're only 1 hour difference from me. Where are you then?
UK.
UK.
What? That is fantastic.
Didn't you know that, Ursula?
That's fantastic. I didn't know.
Where are you then?
South Africa, but we have 1 hour difference only. I'm going today live at 5 p.m. my time, which is 4 p.m. For Daniel.
Because my family are from a island just off of South Africa.
Mauritius?
Pardon?
Which island is that? There's a few.
St. Helena.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
St. Helena. Yeah.
That's where my family are from, and they're only an hour.
I didn't know that, Daniel.
Yes. So this is that's fantastic. That's fantastic. I'm so glad you're live, David.
Sorry?
I'm so glad I made this live because it's such a beautiful morning to sit here with Crochet Yarny friends.
It always is. Indeed. Indeed.
Seldom do I find people live my time, you know.
Oh, I don't even know what's going on in Wilmington right now. It's
oh, look at Oslo being all cute and adorable.
Cute. Oh, I want one. So I was telling people there might be a bearded yarn pup soon.
Yeah, you said you were going to go look at them.
Well, there will be an adoption event just around the corner from me this weekend. But if I fall in love with a dog, then there's an application process too. So it might be a few days before I would get that dog. But he will be the bearded yarn pup. And
a mascot.
Sorry?
A mascot. A mascot for you.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I might ask Daniel to come up with a logo for me. Because have you seen my new logo? He came up with that. It's just a beautiful cursive B, but it works wonderfully. You would have to go to my Etsy shop for that. Yeah, you would have to go to my Etsy shop to see that. Because I have lots and lots of merch at my Etsy shop, people, and it's not there just to collect dust. Yeah.
I'm trying to get a little kitten for my neighbor. You know that neighbor that's 84, 85? And what happened was they actually broke into his house, 4 guys. And we've been telling him, you can't be 84, 85, open the door. If someone wants to rush in, and overpower you, it's just too easy. There needs to be a barrier. So they did it, and tied him up with his socks, tried to strangle him. So there is a case of attempted murder opened. And so my husband, the same day, I said, now, can I get the go-ahead now to put those gates up? Yes. So then my husband and his friend went and put the gates up. Front door and back door now has a security gate. So if he opens his front door, they can't come in just like that. So now, but I was saying to my husband, he's really so lonely. He needs another breath in that house. And he's saying he doesn't want a dog. I say, let's go with a cat, because he's such a cat and dog lover. And we will tell him, I said to Craig, I want to buy him a kitten, and I want to tell him, if this cat outlives you, we will take the cat, because he knows we take very good care of our animals, So now I found someone who stays on a small holding, and they've got kittens, and so I will arrange that happens. So I'm very excited, because he comes and he sits and he wants to stroke our cat, but our cat is so highly strung.
Cat, yeah. Ooh.
Pet the cat, yeah. So our cat is so highly strung. She doesn't. If she's not 100% comfortable with you, you don't even see her. So lately she's been coming out, because he sits and visits for like 3 hours, because I know he's lonely. I invite him for tea. No, and then, so now I'm excited, because I told Craig, I think we've got a kitten. So.
Nice.
Well, that's
lovely. Well, I'm going to drop down, guys. I'm going to be in the chat, but I'm going to drop down because.
Okay. Well, I'm so glad you.
Life is then getting started over here.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I should. Pretty soon I might be horizontal myself.
Oh well, yeah. David. Just tell us when you want us to kick us off, and then I fall off. No problem.
Oh no, I will certainly let you know in no uncertain.
Oh, don't worry about that. I will tell you.
Yeah, I can be blunt.
Not as blunt as me, though.
What?
Not as blunt as me.
What?
Well, you Northern Europeans, you can be pretty blunt. Did I ever tell you the story?
Is this the blunt competition? I'm not blunt. Sorry.
Yeah. The first time I visited Berlin, my friend who was living there met me, and he had bought me a bus pass, and we got on from the airport, we got on the bus, and I put the bus pass in the thing that validates it for a week or something, and I said, "Ich bin ein Berliner," and the bus driver said in German, "No, a Berliner wouldn't be so fat."
My goodness!
Yeah.
Wow.
That's blunt. But yeah.
That's Northern European.
Very,
bluntness.
Very blunt. That's very blunt.
Okay, I'm gonna drop down. I'll be in the chat.
Bye, Whisper.
Okay,
That's not yourself dropping. Don't drop too fast. Yes, Jan, I am a sweet neighbor because I care about this gentleman. We moved in here 11 years ago. Someone is using a weed eater on their lawn. The noise doesn't bother you, does it? Probably can't reach your ears, but it reaches my ears. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I'm sorry that I'm also not paying the attention that I should to the chat. So I'm glad you guys are watching it a little bit.
Yes. No, Jan says I'm being a sweet neighbor, and Jan says her name is really Alice. So yes, Jan Alice
I
Keeling.
didn't know that, Jan. Oh. Okay.
Yes. Barbara says back, fed cat and dog inside, 3 cats, 3 kittens, and 3 raccoons upstairs, out back, and 3 cats, 4 kittens on front porch. Goodness me, that's a zoo, eh? A menagerie. Or what?
Menagerie works.
That's a lot of vet costs, I would think. I look at that and I think, wow, the vet bill is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have veterinary insurance in South Africa?
Yes, we do.
For pets?
But I don't. Because, pardon?
Well, I'm thinking that it can be very expensive no matter where you are.
But they actually, the plan that they offer you differs according to your income and what you want. My son's tutor has one, has insurance. I know that for sure. And she explained the whole thing, but I wasn't really paying attention because we're not interested in that. What we do is we give them veterinarian food that the Hills diet. And I found over the last 20 years that if I feed my cat Hills, then really I hardly ever have a vet bill. And I just stick to what they prescribe. And then you see, so I think in the long run, it pays not to feed them right. It pays in the long run.
Yeah, and I'm sure it costs a little more, but it's worth it, right? Yeah. You know, with a lot of things, I'm sure not with pet food.
Barbara Regals has birds and fish too, she says. Woman?
Wow.
That is a lot. Or do you stay off grid? Or do you stay on a premises that makes this doable? You know, all these wildlife and all these animals. Because you've got to have the space for it. Cats outside are barn cats. Okay, so does that indicate that you've got space for that?
Well, she is in her little corner
Daniel,
of Kentucky.
can you show what you're doing? I only see now on my big screen, that thing you're doing is quite pretty, hey? And I'm looking, I mean, my camera is on my phone. It's not on my, let me see. I'll look at my laptop. Oh, is that a shawl?
Yeah, it's David's pattern.
Oh,
David's pattern.
Yeah, that's my.
It's beautiful.
Shawl.
It is beautiful.
Yeah, it's alternating half doubles with double crochet lattice work or fillet work.
Is that pattern already in your shop?
It is indeed.
In your, you know what I'll do? I'll give that. I'll buy it, and then I'll give it away as a giveaway today in my live at 5.
That would be lovely. Because I have others.
Yeah.
Well, I was just saying I would like to draw attention to other patterns that I have as well, including my recent moss stitch shawl.
Yes, but I mean that one that he's doing is to me particularly beautiful for me. It's something that I would make and wear as well. So what I'll do is
and actually it's what I'm making too. And I'm making this with Daniel's yarn. And this it still smells so wonderful. I'm sorry, but it does. I don't know what he was wearing when he packed this yarn up, but it smells great. Anyway, so this is going to be a scarf for me, and I don't care that I live in North Carolina and it doesn't get that cold. It's going to be a scarf for me, and you can pry it out of my cold, dead hands because there's no other way you're going to get it.
David, but I would like to. I'm definitely going to make one Okay, so where do I find this pattern? Just can you tell me? So maybe I can somewhere just buy it right now.
The name of my Ravelry store, in case you haven't found my Linktree page, the name of my Ravelry store is just David Browning Designs.
Okay, Barbara says we have 12 plus acres of land, plus we oversee my boyfriend's family estate land that is 180 or so acres. Wow.
That's a lot of land.
Wow. I'm going to live with Barb.
Sorry, Daniel?
It's a lot of land.
Yes, that is a lot of land. Okay, I want to go and look for that pattern now. So how can I not pay you with PayPal?
Whatever, however you do it on Ravelry.
Can I pay you with PayPal direct?
You
and then you send me the pattern direct.
Certainly, because my PayPal,
I want two. One for me and one for the giveaway today.
My PayPal link is on my Linktree page.
Okay, I'm going to look for that.
Page is if you scroll up, you'll find it in the chat. Or if
is it not in your description?
It probably. Oh, I just did this spontaneously. If you look at a description
don't worry.
For a different chat without leaving this one, you will find it. But if you scroll up, or if you go to Linktree and just search for Bearded Yarn Dudes.
What's the name of this pattern so I can write it down? So I know what to look for.
Alicia Shawl. ALICIA.
Do you want me just to find the pattern and put it into the chat?
Well,
you know, but I want to pay David direct. If I buy it from the store, they pay. They take something.
I'll get the link.
Why don't I just email it to you, Ursula, and I will give you my PayPal link when I email it.
Okay, email me and tell me the price of the two patterns, and I will PayPal you for two patterns. One is for me, and one is going to be for my.
Whispers put the link in the chat.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Whispers put the link in the chat.
Oh, that Whisper is sharp, like this. She's so sharp.
Let's see.
But David, I would appreciate if you email me the pattern, and in that email, just tell me the price for two patterns. That's fair.
I don't even remember what I'm charging for them, so I will look them up. I just posted the link to my Ravelry store in the chat. Also, if anybody wants to look for it
good morning.
Oh, did I miss Nancy? Hi, Nancy.
Nancy came in. Nancy. How are you, Nancy?
Yeah, I'm also going to post the StreamYard link if anybody wants to come up.
So, Nancy, are you respectable to come and join us, or is it too early for you? David hasn't slept yet.
Oh, I'm not respectable, but then I'm never respectable. Or I should say that depends upon whom you ask.
There you go. Okay, $5.44 for the Alicia shawl. So I will pay you twice that on PayPal. And then you email me the pattern so that I will one for myself and one, obviously you only have to email one, all right? Because once I have it, I have it.
Yeah. Let me see if I can also put the
Thank you, Whisper. You're so kind. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. $5.40. Because then, David, you get the whole amount if I pay you by, if I pay you in PayPal, you get the whole amount. I prefer that. I
like getting the whole amount.
Yeah, I like it when people super chat me on PayPal as well. So that's what a lot of my people do that. They super chat me on PayPal. That's so kind of them.
I was going to make a double entendre there, but I chose not to.
It's fine, Nancy.
Having said that, I was going to make a double entendre, I think that everyone is going to imagine what it was. I hope that that's my PayPal link that I just put in. In any case, I will email it to you, and we will get working.
Oh, that would be great. I love that.
Okay.
I will make one and wear it, which will be a promotion for you. You know, people ask me, I'll say the link is in the description.
That's lovely because, you know, pattern sales are nice. And
oh yes.
Also, please, in your live, if I'm not there to do it myself, pitch the collection that I'm doing. I'm trying to put together an ebook of patterns that people would otherwise be offering for free, but it's going to be an ebook that we would offer for sale to support charity. And I haven't chosen one, but it's going to be feeding the poor because, you know, we're supposed to do that anyway.
Yes. Daniel, are you frozen? You're sitting so quietly.
But yeah, Ursula, if you mentioned that as well, that would be great.
You're doing okay, David. I'm writing. You're doing a collaboration or an ebook. You're doing.
Oh my God!
Jeez,
I'm sorry.
that dog
Everything
is so
stops
pretty.
when a dog comes in view. Yeah. So cute. Anyway, yes.
So tell me, you're doing an ebook.
I'm trying to compile an ebook. I have a few people who are willing to participate. I want more. It's an ebook of patterns. For me, it's going to be patterns that I would otherwise offer for free. For other people, it's up to them what they want to include. And I do have a few other people who are willing to include patterns. And we're going to sell it we're going to choose a cause that goes towards feeding the poor.
So is it a price that it will be priced, or is it for donations?
I have not priced it yet. It depends upon how many patterns we get.
Okay.
So it's still
so
in
people
the planning
can contribute
phases.
to it.
Yeah, it's still in the planning phases.
So people can contribute.
I'm still looking for patterns. If people want to give money, that's good too. And that will be held aside so that when we get it together, we will also offer those particular funds to the cause that we're donating to. But right now, we're just planning and putting together the book. And it's probably going to be self-published on Amazon, that sort of thing. So that it will, if we self-publish on Amazon, it will be available forever and ever.
Okay, forever and ever.
Theory. Well, yeah. As it
Long
was
term.
in the beginning, is now, and shall be ever. World without end.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Yeah, secret shadows. Yeah.
Oh, hi, Ivy. I didn't let you say hello.
Hello, Ivy.
Hi, Ivy. Glad to see you. Oh gosh, Nancy, I wish you felt able to come up on the chat because it would be fun.
Yes, it would be
chat,
fun.
and it was. It's funny. I get private chats from people when I don't always notice when there are people in the basement because there are like 2 levels of basement. It's like 2 rows,
yes.
And I can only see the first row, and then I have to scroll down to see the second row, and I don't always notice that there is a second row. So then I get, it's either the second row that I don't see, or the private chat message that I don't see.
I never see private chat until after the chat.
Morning, Shirley.
Good morning, Shirley. Hello.
Hi, Shirley. Yeah. But yeah, somebody has to tell me that another person is waiting, and but it all works out. You know, it's all in fun. It's not brain surgery.
You know, I made a mistake.
I've got
to pull out this row. I made a mistake. Now I've got to pull out this row. Okay. See, that's why I must focus. This is, but it's okay.
Oh my god. I've never made a mistake
David,
when crocheting.
I wish I can catch more of your lives like this. Really, I'm going to be looking out for you. It's so appreciated.
I might do more of these spontaneous middle of the night lives because I enjoy them and I'm awake anyway, and it's better than just lying in bed and watching YouTube videos on.
Yeah, you're actually getting watch hours and you're doing a lot of things while
interacting with people I like. So that's good too.
Oh, Daniel, he likes us.
What? Oh, yeah, I don't think Daniel was in any doubt there. People make fun of me about Daniel, but that's okay. We're gonna get a lot of mileage out of that. Yeah. We have plans. But
Ivy says she's from Montgomery,
Alabama,
and Shirley is from Mobile. Wow.
Mobile, Alabama, or Mobile, Alabama.
Mobile, that's right, Mobile. I remember they say it like that. Mobile.
Yeah. Not mobile, not at all.
Yes.
That's
I mean, if we,
yeah. Do you know?
If I put it
found, in the past few days, I have found several different non-US channels that specialize in doing reaction videos to US YouTube videos. And they're fun to watch. One of them is a really great British guy, and he's hysterical. And I can't remember his name, of course, because that's just who I am. You know, I have a mind like a sieve, a really, really cute sieve. But those are fun to watch. And of course, because we just had Memorial Day, which is a very patriotic holiday in the US, there were a lot of patriotic videos that these other channels were doing their reactions to. And even it was very interesting watching different reaction videos to the same original YouTube video.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That was pretty cool, yeah. But
I like watching reaction videos. They're pretty entertaining.
Yeah. I'm actually, I need to play around with StreamYard so that I can figure out how to do my own reaction videos, because there are some music videos that just leave me completely wrecked. So I just have to do something about that. Anyway, who's barking?
That's Oslo.
Not me.
Oh, is it? Oh,
it's not by me.
Oh no.
Oslo's
barking. If Barb was here, I'd ask if it was Sven who was barking. I think she's still in the room. But, yeah,
oh my goodness.
Barb has some pretty nice looking sons there. Yeah.
Pretty nice looking
sons. Even the one who isn't yet legal, give him a few years, and he'll be nice looking too. But I can't say it yet. Yeah.
Sven has beautiful eyes. Oh, those beautiful big blue eyes. It's beautiful.
I bet. Oh, don't get me started about eyes. Not while I'm in the room. Yeah. Anyway.
Everybody in our family has blue eyes. So blue eyes to me is not. It's something I'm used to, but brown eyes to me is beautiful. You know, because it's something we don't have, and it's beautiful. I love that. Dark brown eyes.
Yeah, I think they would call my eyes hazel. They pick up. If I'm wearing blue, they look blue, and if I'm wearing green, they look green. They just pick up whatever I'm wearing, which is fun.
Okay.
Which is fun. but I'm still wearing a purple T-shirt, and I'm not going to look like Elizabeth Taylor with violet eyes, but.
David, Shirley found you through Bag of Days Crystal.
We love Crystal. We do. We are very grateful that for Crystal's support. Inga is here. Hi, Inga.
Hello, Inga.
Hi, Inga.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Ursula.
Yes.
I haven't spoken to Ingrid. I mean, I used to confuse Inga and Ingrid, but
yes,
now I have a grasp on reality. Well, I won't go that far, but I know the two apart. But how is Ingrid doing? I haven't spoken to her in a few days.
She was in our live on, I think, the whole of the live on Saturday with the challengers. So she's doing well. Look, she has only 45% of her heart function. So obviously, someone with that is very sick and is coping from day to day. But if you add things like bronchitis to that or whatever, it becomes really risky. But she had that, and she's recovered.
That recently, yeah. And you say she's fully recovered from the bronchitis? Oh, that's good to know.
So as far as I know, she's doing very well at the moment. So she was able to attend the entire live on Saturday, I think.
Oh,
it was a live that, or was it even Sunday? We were in a live where we were in the live the whole live. And
actually, she
even in yesterday, Veronica's live.
She sent me a message on Monday during my live, but I couldn't listen to it. It was a voice message on WhatsApp, but I couldn't listen to it during my live. But, you know, it was good to hear from her then. But of course, you know.
Yeah.
On a day-to-day level, you're going to be concerned.
It is difficult. Listen, the thing with her is, if you have only 40% of your heart working, you have a problem. I mean, it would. I wouldn't. How do I say? You are at death's door. Anything can go wrong, and you are no longer. But
exactly, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Nancy says she just finished Crystal Bag of Days' shawl. I can't wait to see the picture of the whole thing, Nancy, because I've seen the in progress pictures and they're beautiful. But yeah, we're all very concerned.
David.
Yes.
I'm on one of your other videos in the description box. I just want to know. I'm trying to look for the PayPal there. Otherwise, do I just use your email address that's there, that pagerbear@gmail.com?
No, for I will email it to you.
But,
you know, we can do it later. We can do it later. It's a totally different email that I did at a totally different time of life, for a totally different corporate identity. Because you know, I have different business hustles, if you will. So and that the PayPal that I use now most of the time uses that one of the other hustles, because the one that is most closely identified with me, they don't like me anymore.
Hello, Kenny. How are you? Still here listening and watching in the background. So doesn't anybody want to come up and join us?
Well,
we are such good company.
Let me post the link again.
I've had my breakfast, so Kenny can talk about food. I just can't have my breakfast and then before he talks about food.
Yeah. 1 or 2 days ago,
my
I
breakfast
went
is cold.
live in the middle of the night and had a lovely conversation with Kenny. And you know, I think for most of it, he and I were the only ones there, but we were both there on the panel. But you know, I just put. Excuse me.
Was this the law you didn't tell me about, David?
I'm sorry. I failed you in that obligation. I hope you can forgive me. No, that was a spontaneous thing, just like this one was. So, oh hey, Kay's Crochet Haven is
Kay
here.
says she would join us, but she's at work. She would join us, but she's at work.
Oh my goodness. Oof. I was thinking about that because, excuse me, I honestly, I mean, the Social Security Administration seems to think that I am capable of having a full-time job, and I disagree because I just don't have the strength to pay attention to something 40 hours a week, nonstop. You know what I mean? And they said I could be a software developer. Where in the world did they get that idea? I mean, once, many years ago, I worked with a particular software where I developed specific printing applications. But that particular software that I used is now obsolete, and all of my skills are obsolete. So I don't know what anybody is thinking.
It's like if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah, exactly. Because
yeah.
The it's not losing the skills. It's that the software technology itself has advanced, and I wasn't there to learn the advances while they were happening because
to keep it up to date
outside of the field. Yeah. So yeah. I have people trying to, you know, still trying to get that disability claim through, but God only knows if that's going to happen.
I'll be back in a minute.
Oh,
take a minute.
Also
take
up
two.
in your place. Excuse me. But
no problem.
All I oh yeah, Kay's at work. I'm sorry about that. Work.
No. Work is necessary. I tell you, after COVID, if you have work, be grateful because that is something to be grateful for.
I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people in the performing arts who have had to leave the field and go back into the general working public
population. Yes.
That's not what I meant to do.
That was a minute. Daniel, you weren't lying.
I wasn't lying.
Oh, that was very brief.
That was even less than a minute.
I was getting a drink because I'm thirsty.
Did you bring enough for everybody?
I've got a bottle if anyone wants one.
I've ordered some tea, and it's on its way.
Is it?
I've ordered some tea, and it's on its way.
I need a refresh on mine as well. But I just noticed that I was doing the wrong row on my scarf here, so I had to frog and start over.
So you're joining me. I'm still repeating this row that I had to pull out.
Sorry?
I'm still repeating the row I had to pull out.
Yeah, it's my own pattern, and I did the wrong row.
It can happen, for sure.
It sure can.
It happens to me, David. I've memorized this pattern off by heart now, and I still get it wrong.
It's not a difficult pattern. That's none of my patterns are difficult, I think.
Okay, give me a minute too. Let me ask for a minute. I also need a minute. Maybe just fetch something. I just need to go fetch something.
While you're fetching something, bring me a little something too.
Okay.
So Daniel, we're here alone, aren't we?
We are. Well, I don't think we're alone. There's people in the chat as well.
We can put on a show for them. Anyway, so yeah, I am totally digging this yarn because it's so beautiful. Once I finish this, well, I will know that I'm done when there's no more yarn left, which is a good thing about a lot of my patterns. You just go until either you're totally bored with it or there's no more yarn left. But and then I will I don't block really, but I will like put this in like a wash to or a soak to soften it up a little bit, and then let it dry. Do you ever use a salad spinner to dry things?
No.
You know what a salad spinner is? I don't even know if they have those over there.
Yeah, we've got those over here, but I don't use them because I don't find they help very much. Some
Really?
some dyers love them, but I don't like them. So I rinse it off and stuff by hand, and then I put it on my clothes dryer.
Yeah, I could like hang it over a door or you know the shower rack or something like that, or even outside there. Put it over a lawn chair or something in the sunlight, but I don't want it to shrink or anything. But yeah, Ursula, I was just saying that when I finish with this scarf, I'm going to put it in a nice soak. I hate to lose the scent though, because it smells beautiful. But I'm going to put it in a nice soak that might soften it a little bit. But because it's 100% wool, I dare not put it even in the washer, let alone the dryer. And then I will let it dry one way or another. So, but yeah, it's going to be my scarf for many winters to come.
But that is a beautiful. I love that. I love that pattern. I'm going to make that for sure.
Oh, the pattern. Yeah, as soon as we
get Alicia off here,
yeah,
I love it.
As soon as we get off here, I will send you the email or the PDF of the pattern and the email address. Now, in South Africa, you don't have Cash App, correct?
No, we don't have that.
Okay, so I will send you the PayPal.
I'm glad we have PayPal at least.
Oh, yeah. So, actually, I have been fortunate that some people, some YouTube friends, are following me on, well, actually, including the both of you, are following me on Patreon. And I've gotten a few nice gifts on Cash App as well. I mean, there was one day I remember in particular several weeks ago when I was actually afraid I might have to replace my laptop computer because I had done something stupid, which actually is a fairly common event for me. But actually, someone sent me a lovely Cash App donation that very day. I was doing StreamYard on my phone rather than on my computer. And when you're on your phone, it's really hard to read the comments. And
it is.
So I wasn't able to, especially because my vision is what it is. I mean, I can hardly read what's on the screen now. I could probably fix that if I wanted to. I was actually thrilled last week when I went to an eye appointment and found out that my prescription had not changed and I did not have to buy another $700 pair of glasses.
Fantastic.
I know. but I did get them to straighten out the frames that I had because I had noticed they were sitting a little crooked on my face. So I can see a little better, but nothing is perfect. Okay, what is Barbara saying? That is okay. When I was trying to get my disability,
I had fibromyalgia for so long. The pain was not noticeable enough to me to get it for that. Luckily, I got it for my bipolar.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And do you know, one of the last stages of the first round of evaluation was for me to have an interview with a psychotherapist because one of my complaints was debilitating depression, which does happen to me. I mean, some of you knew me in February. And
David, sorry.
Yes.
Can you say, if you say debilitating depression?
Yes.
Just say that so that I can understand it or a child can understand it. I sort of have an idea, but I'd like to confirm my idea. Is that where you...
Severe chronic depression.
Where you are, okay, I'm saying where you are in bed and you just cannot even get out of bed, that kind.
Well, at times that is exactly what it is, but it's not.
At times, yes. I had that a long time ago for about 5 years. So that's why I'm trying to think. If you say that, is it that? Because then I can relate to that.
So yeah, and
okay,
honestly, I did not know that I would see the end of February. I did, and now things are a whole lot better, but that's where I was, and it's a chemical thing, but I have no health benefits, so I cannot afford any kind of medication, and I have never ever come across an antidepressant that does not either make me sick or make the symptoms worse. Or
I wanted to say make you more depressed than you were to start out. Yeah.
Exactly. I just don't have the funds to do that kind of trial and error. So I mean that was part of my, and it comes and goes, and it's fairly predictable because, you know, most Februaries you can count on me having that going on.
Why February? Or just is it because there's a trigger?
Well, it's a seasonal thing. It's a historical thing.
Okay.
And there's a lot going on. So, but it's also a chemical thing, and there is nothing. There is nothing.
Maribel, hello.
Oh, hi, Maribel. Yeah, there's nothing that goes on in our brains that is not chemical, and people do not realize that. That doesn't mean that it has to be controlled chemically, but people just don't realize that. Even the professionals.
Weather-induced, says Jan. That was me 2 years ago, and just the beginning of this year, still feeling better, but it's still there, says Jan.
Exactly. It is still there sometimes. And a lot of it, I mean, some of it is, you know, externally triggered.
Yes.
But, I mean, most of it really is chemical. And even with the historical element for me, there's the chemical factor that it happens every February when the light is the worst and the days are the shortest. And there's also the historical thing going on that is triggering other chemical things that happen in my body and my brain. You know, it's all chemical. And again, I say the solutions are not always chemical, but the problem is always chemical.
David, let me just say that my experience of it was that it was the solution that got me out of it after 5 years was a combination of chemical and knowing myself and applying techniques. So if I got up and I felt a certain way, I knew I had to do X, Y, and Z instead of A, B, and C. Otherwise, by noon, I would be in bed with, you know, arms and legs that feel like they're of cement. And so to avoid that, so recognizing how I feel and what it will lead to, and then choosing another path. So in a big degree, I learned that in a way, now you will understand this because maybe, you know, you can relate at least. To me, emotions was my enemy because I couldn't trust whether the emotions I was feeling, is this real or is this part of this chemical imbalance or what? So, yeah, so even till today, I will think twice before I listen to an emotion. I'll put it on ice before I react to an emotion.
But even when,
if I'm unhappy today, I say to myself, you can cry about this on Tuesday. You can't cry about it now. Today's Friday. I'll say you can cry about this tomorrow if you still feel the same. Just wait till tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, just putting it on ice. Well, we all deal with it differently.
Exactly. And taking an action in the way that you describe, that is a chemical trigger that produces chemical results.
Hi, Laurie's TV. Hello, thumbs up, done, host and co-host and co-hostess.
Oh, okay, cool. Glad to see you. But yeah, so I'm saying that even taking a conscious action, that is a chemical trigger that makes chemical changes in your body, and you see the results and you feel the results. So
see, I didn't even know that. All I knew was there's a different result.
In the end, it doesn't really matter because you know what worked for you and you know what will work for you in the end. So in the end, sometimes knowing why is the booby prize. It's knowing what works or what helps or what makes it better, even if it's not a 100% solution. And I don't believe in 100% solutions to anything, but what makes things better. So if you know an action that has worked for you in the past and you have faith that it will work for you in the future, that's enough. That's enough. There's also
it became a lifestyle for me.
Sorry?
It became a lifestyle. It became techniques that I implement now without even thinking about it. It's just if this happens, I feel like this, I do that to not be in the ditch.
So
doesn't mean I don't visit the ditch at all, but surely a lot less than I used to.
Exactly. And I say that knowing why is the booby prize. Yeah, I say that knowing why is the booby prize, but still, I'm an overthinker, and I'm gonna, who was it who said it wasn't Socrates, the unexamined life is not worth living. I will examine mine, yours, and everybody else's by the time we're done, because I'm an overthinker.
Jan's asking, David, are you talking body chemicals? Oh, we're talking just about anything, but at the moment it's depression.
Yeah, it's your endocrine system that affects your emotions.
Yes.
And people don't always realize that. Yes, body chemicals. And sometimes there is a chemical solution in the terms of medications, but that's not always the solution, is what I was saying. Anyway, let's talk about puppies.
Well, I want to actually know the yarn that you're using for this shawl is what? Because I'm trying to think already. I want to, by the time I go live today, I want to have made a start to this Alicia shawl. So I'm trying to think what I've got.
And
that I can
looking
use
for the label for it right now, because it's the one that it's one of the ones that I got from Daniel. That is so.
It's 100% Island Wool DK.
It is, and it's called Pink. And
is it DK?
Yeah, it's DK, and I can't find the label.
Okay, I've got lots of DK. I love DK.
Yeah, so it's absolutely stunning in color, and I love it. I love it, and my lighting still sucks, and I'm going to stop apologizing for it. But
yeah, stop. But it's beautiful. I love
color,
it.
yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, I have no idea what you can see, but what.
No, I can see it. I can see everything. I love
that's good. Yeah.
That yarn has. It's not one color. I love that.
Yeah, it's variegated and it's beautiful, and there's enough to make a nice scarf with it. So I'm actually making another one for a friend of mine who is an opera singer who does an awful lot of work in Northern Europe. So I'm making a scarf and hat set with the same pattern, except it's with a solid color yarn that's really cheap. But I'm hoping that he will like it because it's a soft touch acrylic. But I'm hoping he will like it and at least pose for a picture and post it on his social media. Because do you remember when a couple of weeks ago, my friend Lisette, the soprano, posed, showed a picture of something I had sent her. It wasn't my own pattern, it was actually Dana's pattern, but she looked stunningly beautiful. And I got a lot of Instagram traffic from that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nancy's grandbaby will be delivered on Monday. Woo, Nancy, are you going to visit your son then?
Yay.
What?
Yay. So I gathered, I think you have said this before. I gather then the labor is going to be induced or delivery by cesarean.
It hardly ever isn't these days. I mean, even since I gave birth, just about every birth is induced. It's like a new fashion. I mean, yeah. Yes, there she goes. C-section. It's going to be a C-section.
Usually I would think it's not our business. It's not our business. We're happy she's going to have another grandbaby. And I know she's happy too.
Ooh, yes. Oh, Nancy, that's fantastic.
Yeah. So
I actually wanted a C-section when I went to give birth, and they said, the doctor just gave me one look and said, no, you've got what laboring hips or whatever that meant. The point is, I thought to myself, I don't agree. I don't agree.
You have
and
childbearing hips.
Something like that. I couldn't remember the exact thing. Yeah, Nancy says she already had a C-section.
Yeah.
You can have 3 C-sections. Nancy, the time when I gave birth, they told me, once you've had a C-section, you can only a maximum of twice thereafter. So you can have 3, but not more C-sections. David, we have 3,400 square feet of usable living space. Wow, Wriggles, that's a lot.
Oh, I'll be right over and I'll bring my yarn. and we'll build a he shed for me for my yarn, and we'll just put a bed and a desk in there and a light that works better than this one.
Well, I must get a neck light. I tell you that. I would love to benefit from a neck light.
I don't have a neck light. I just have this ring light that everyone can see in my glasses quite often.
But you know, we have load shedding here, which is what you call rolling blackouts. And I sure hope that it's not going to be load shedding today at 5 p.m. Oh, because it's Parliament today. Parliament is sitting today. So because Parliament is sitting in Cape Town, they've suspended load shedding for the benefit of Parliament. But we are on stage 2 rotational load shedding, which means the power was fortunately off 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. this morning. So we were asleep, which is great. So we didn't feel it. But sometimes it's like from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And we all, I mean, in South Africa, you geared for it. And yeah, but well, I really hope it's not going to be from 5 to 7, because that will be bye-bye live.
Do people have...
I'm not going to be impressed.
Do people have backup generators there to provide
yes,
power?
Those who can afford it are those who can afford it, because look, we've been having it for years now. So we are quite geared for it, and many people have solar power. So more and more people who can afford it are going off the government system. They're going on the off grid. As am I saying it right? Ooh, it's a pity you can't speak Afrikaans. Then I would be the. Ek sal so vinnig met jou praat as jy Afrikaans kan praat, maar ek kan nie die Engels nie. The English slows me down.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I understand what you're saying, because yeah, we don't really have them very much here, but I know that in England at a time they were having like rolling blackouts, or what do they call them, power cuts or
Hello,
something.
Barry Hattic. You've got someone new here. Barry Hattic is around. Hello, David Browning, new here. How are you all? I met Barry Hattic in Coco's live.
Oh, I met you, Barry Hattic.
I saw Barry Hattic the other night, I think. Yes.
Whiskey in Sunshine of Good. Good morning, right from Irving with G.
Okay.
Wow.
I don't know who
and there you go,
we're
Fordman.
coming from, but I'm certainly glad to see you all.
It's from
Irving.
Irving. Yes, Coco, yes. Irving, like RVing.
Yeah, as in, yeah, RV. Oh, look, somebody else. Hey, Kenny. Let's bring you up.
Hey, guys.
How are you, Kenny?
I brought a couple of
like Kenny.
New friends.
Hello, Kenny.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm so glad to see you. How are you? I like Kenny.
Well, thank you. I actually brought a couple of my friends along with me. So,
who'd you bring?
Irving with G and Whiskey, all great channels.
That's great.
Whiskey and Sunshine Off Grid, and Barry Hattic is around. And like I said, all these are all great channels. I highly recommend checking them out. Because
I met Barry Hattic the other night, and I don't remember where.
I think I was Barry Hattic the other night as well.
Was it with Coco?
It must have been with.
Okay.
It was with Coco. Yeah, I met whoever is here. I met with Coco.
Yeah, some of the other new people here I have not met yet, but I'm always glad to have them here.
We're also happy to have them. Yes. Yeah. Julie, good morning. Julie Chaffee Maza. Oh, I butchered your surname. Julie's got an excellent sense of humor. I love her sharp humor.
Yeah, if you ever get to watch Barry Hattic is around, she is in Heidelberg, Germany.
Ah,
okay.
And
David,
can
I have permission to drop their links?
Of course.
For them.
Of course. Please
then you don't have to do it. Then I can do it for them. So okay, I'm going to fix this.
Please do, because I'm no good at doing that stuff. But yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
Ja, Deutschland und RVing. Where's RVing from?
He is in Reno, Nevada, and he is an RVing channel. He is actually going to school to study robotics.
Oh, cool!
And but he he's a great guy. I look forward to getting to meet him in person one day.
That would be cool too.
And then whiskey off grid.
So just give me time, and I'll get to everyone RVing with G. I think.
Yeah,
I like Whiskey's name already. Where's Whiskey from, and what's Whiskey's story?
Well, she could probably explain it a whole lot better than I can. I've been to their channel. I actually moderate over there in her live streams.
Mm-hmm.
So, can you put like a little description in the chat of what your channel is
about? Your own channel, yeah.
Actually, generally speaking, it's a good idea to have that sort of thing at the ready all the time as like boilerplate language whenever you get asked that question. I have it, and it's been very useful for me. In Maine, I love Maine.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, they're in Maine.
I see. I believe Amy just joined us too. Amy Kuhn. I'm pronouncing it with an umlaut, which nobody in America does, but Kuhn is what we would say in the U.S. But K-U-E.
Umlaut. We also say umlaut.
Ja.
We also say umlaut.
Oh ja, natürlich. Sie aber sprechen mehr als nur eine Sprache. Let's see. Heidelberg. I've spent a substantial amount of time in Germany, but I've never been to Heidelberg. I wish I had.
If you ever get to one of her live streams, she does live stream every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And over there, it's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over there in Germany.
Ich spreche nur wenig Deutsch, aber sehr
Bariatric is around. She has a video. She has a video of her and her husband in her playlist.
Okay,
that
which
explains
one is that again? That's
Bariatric is around.
Okay.
That explains what bariatric means.
Oh, okay. Amy is from Minnesota, and I love Minnesota also.
Does Amy have a channel, Amy?
Yeah. I spent a substantial part of my childhood in Rochester, Minnesota. I even know a song about it, but I'll spare you. I do. I remember it. We used
I
to
believe you. It's just not good to drink when someone makes a joke. I've got the laptop here. I don't want to miss an accident.
It was a Christmas song, and every school child in Rochester, Minnesota learned it. Okay. Oh, bariatric is Filipino-Australian living in Deutschland. I'm sehr confused.
And very clear. Filipino-Australian. Wow.
Yeah. But anyway, you ever get to one of her live streams on a Sunday, she will take, if you're ever having a bad day, okay, she will take that. She will take that bad day and turn it into a good one, because she's always happy, living life to the fullest and dancing. And I mean, she's just so full of life and energy. If I only had,
That's fantastic.
You're
That's
not going to
fantastic.
make me start.
if I
singing the
only
Mary-
had half of her energy. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, don't make me start singing the Mary Tyler Moore song. Because it sounds like you're saying she can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile. Ah,
Yeah.
ah.
Yes.
So Amy,
That is too much advert, Kenny. What happens if I can't deliver? Oh my goodness, I will be in trouble since Bariatric is around.
Actually, I think I did. I think I did subscribe to Bariatric. Amy, where in Minnesota? Forgive me if I missed it before, and you mentioned it before.
Ooh, somebody just
Amy. Is Amy Bariatric? No, Amy is Amy.
No, that's
Bariatric is around. What is Bariatric's name?
Her real
Kenny,
name
do you know?
Angie.
What?
Her real name is Angie.
Bariatric is Angie. Okay,
Yeah.
and Arving with G?
Arving with
yes,
G
we are
is
nice
George.
people. Angie, pleased to meet you, Angie. Yes, and we are nice people.
And I can't remember.
David has a great sense of humor.
And I can't remember.
Who would say a thing like that?
And I can't remember. And I can't remember Whiskey Off Grid's real name.
We don't have to. We don't have to have it right now. It's okay. But yeah, I'm glad that you brought all these people. They're all welcome here.
Very welcome.
Yeah. Ursula.
Scott and Shelley. There we go.
Scott and Shelley. Whiskey and Sunshine Off Grid. Scott and Shelley. Hello.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Ursula, OMG, OM Granny Square is in
Granny
South
Square.
Africa.
South Africa here.
South Africa, yeah. Daniel is in Scotland, although he is originally from the south of England.
Mm-hmm.
And I am in North Carolina. Kenny is in Northeast Tennessee, if I recall correctly.
Yes, a lot of people. That's what a lot of people call this area. The actual city is actually Kingsport, Tennessee.
Okay. So Amy said she is in central Minnesota, in Princeton, Minnesota. I never heard of.
And
Princeton,
she can hear.
Minnesota.
Bariatric can hear the Afrikaans.
And
oh, your
Lori's
girlfriend is from
beauty
Joburg.
here.
Okay. Well, I can't do nothing about the Afrikaans. It's here to stay. I've been living here too long.
Hey.
My entire life.
Johannesburg, South Africa.
Yeah. Let's see.
That's about 2 hours per flight from here. So it's a long flight.
You know, we forget how large other countries are, even though the U.S. is huge. We think
the US
of
is
other
huge.
countries as no larger than one of our states, but some of our states are huge too.
Yes.
Know? So Americans know nothing. That's the long and the short.
Okay.
We don't know history. We don't know geography. Yeah. We certainly don't know culture. Let's see, what are we going on? Amy does.
Someone asked how far is Joburg from Cape Town, and I will tell you that it is 13 hours, 6 minutes, and 1,400 kilometers. So that's a bit of a travel.
Amy does.
You'll have to stop over by vehicle or fly for 2 hours.
Amy does in-home childcare and crafts that include crocheting, knitting, tatting, cross-stitch, and paper craft. That sounds like a busy
wow,
day.
Amy.
Wow.
Rigo says we might have learned it, but we forgot it. A lot of us have forgotten it.
That's like everything, right? I always say I have mine like a sieve. A really, really cute sieve. Well, yeah, thank you for at least laughing at that. Most people just don't get it.
Listen, it is a really, really cute sieve, even if you have to say it yourself. You know, someone else is not going to say it, then you've got to say it yourself. But
Exactly.
that is a long way. They say, or is it Cape Town? I have no idea. Or is it in Cape Town? What? How far is it? Is Johannesburg from Cape Town? Or it's not in Cape Town. No, it's very far. And you definitely, if you drive up, you have to either swap drivers or stay over. We stay over because about 4 hours outside of Cape Town is Beaufort West. So if you're coming from Joburg and you're driving to the coast all the way down, then we do sleep over in Beaufort West. Beaufort West is so small. If you drive fast, you might miss it. Just so small.
In some countries, you hear that the highways are not safe for traveling. Is there danger for people traveling by car in South Africa?
If you break down in the middle of nowhere, there is always danger.
Well, no, I'm talking about like criminal attacks.
I am talking about criminal attacks.
Yeah.
Criminal attacks is even in the city. You don't have to go break down somewhere. I've heard of people being pulled over by people in police wear. And then, because they knew this guy was, had in his vehicle, he had expensive equipment in his vehicle, and they pulled him over, and he thought, why are the cops pulling me over? And the guy came to his window and then pulled the gun on him as he was at the and just said, you just sit still. And the other guy started unloading his vehicle. And he could do nothing. And he was actually so well trained in hand-to-hand combat. And he said he could do nothing against a bullet. So that was, yes, listen, here, a lot of it is a little bit the wild, wild west, you know. So I think like anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. That's
criminal element is everywhere.
I've heard of that happening. You know, even with moving cars, other cars coming along and shooting at them or stuff. And when I lived in South Florida, at that time, all rental cars had the same first digit on their license plates. So, of course, everybody and his brother knew a rental car. So...
Hello, Denisha.
Oh,
Denisha's
hi, Denisha.
come in. Hello.
Oh, nice to see you, Denisha.
Good morning, Denisha.
Then people would, especially around the airports, they would like deliberately rear end these rental cars because they would usually have just come from the airport, having just arrived on vacation. And so then they would rob the people once they have rear-ended them. Because, of course, if they've just arrived on vacation, they've got a pocket full of cash.
Yes. That's so shocking.
Yeah. They changed that policy about having a license plate indicate that it was a rental car because I don't know whose idea that was in the beginning, but it was stupid. Okay, let's see. Am I missing anything?
No.
People saying
Bariatric is around. It's more like Brisbane, Queensland to Melbourne, Victoria, 2,400 kilometer distance.
Ah, okay.
He says, it must be a he. My crocheting is a talent which I do not have. Let's talk about traffic and I'm fine with it. Laugh out loud.
Well, I always say let's talk about puppies.
Yeah.
Because everybody loves puppies. And if you don't, get the hell out of my room. You know? I'll say it again.
David, you are so funny. I love your sense of humor.
Hey, I'm not monetized yet. I can say whatever I want. When I get monetized, maybe I'll be a little more careful, but
censored. A little bit more censored.
Yeah. But honestly, if you don't like puppies, I don't want to know you.
Kenny, have you had some sleep today? Because you seem to be awake as well. Same hours as David.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been up since 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon.
Wow. Your head must be buzzing.
Actually, it's light outside now here. Go ahead.
You know what? It's light out here too. It looks like it's going to come a gully washer of a storm, though.
Yeah, we have gully washers projected.
But anyway, yeah, But anyway, I went to bed yesterday morning at 3:30 a.m. yesterday morning and slept until 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon. And I've been up since 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon.
Was that a solid block of sleep time from 3 to 1? That's not bad at all. I mean, when you count the hours, I wish I could sleep that.
Is that 10 hours?
From the time that I got off with you last night, David, until 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon, p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I've been asleep.
That's actually pretty darn good in terms of.
Denisha's asking who Kenny is. Kenny, you can tell her. You're Fordman, aka Kenny. Yeah, what's his name?
I go by Fordman on YouTube because I was told a while back that it was a lot safer to use that on YouTube than your real name. I don't know what the difference is between using your real name on Facebook and YouTube is, but because it's the same, it's his social media, and and I normally do a lot of taste test reviews, and the reason why I go by Fordman. Back a couple years ago, when I used to talk on the CB radio, I had to have a CB handle. Well, Fordman was my CB handle, and another reason is because I always like Ford cars, trucks, anything to do with Ford. I just stuck with Fordman. So. And Kenneth Oaks is actually my real name, and I go by Kenny or Ken, either one. And some people call me.
And tell Denisha that you also do food tasting. But Denisha, you've got to have a strong stomach because he does exotic foods you and I might not digest.
Some of it's exotic foods, and some of it's spicy foods.
Some of it is downright nasty.
I haven't seen those videos. I'll have to look for them. Not the nasty ones.
Oh, Dave.
Well, I got one on there where I did a comparison between regular meatballs, okay, and Rocky Mountain oysters.
And what conclusion did you draw?
Well, I actually found that the Rocky Mountain oysters were a little bit more muscular, and
But you must describe to him what they call it, rocky oysters, but it's got nothing to do with oysters.
Oh, I know what they are.
Oh.
Oh my goodness gracious! I know what they are.
Gives me the thrill.
They are a little bit more muscular and a little bit more tougher than regular meatballs, but they do, to me and my dad both, they do taste just like a regular meatball.
You, Kenny says whiskey. Yes, I agree, whiskey. You.
Yeah.
I tell you.
Whiskey is exactly what you need with Rocky Mountain oysters.
The very first time I had those, I actually had them on spaghetti, and they tasted just like I was eating spaghetti and regular meatballs. And we have an Asian market here that actually sells them. They call them bull balls is what they call them, and they are shaped just like and processed just like regular meatballs. And yeah.
Are you done?
But yeah, I'm done. But yeah.
Okay. that's yeah. I think I might refrain from trying that one.
I met Kenny on Joe and Dana's live. So I tell you, every time I saw that Kenny was on and I wanted to go on the panel, I finished eating and then I went on because I couldn't sit there and still have to go eat while Kenny's talking food reviews. I said, oh, please, Kenny, it is not food. Let's talk cars. Let's talk cars. Anything else you want to talk about? Trudy! Hello, Trudy. Trudy is a fellow South African. She lives about 15 minutes from me.
I think I've met Trudy in your room before. But let's talk about puppies. Please.
Kenny, it says, Kenny, type in the chat so I can hit you with my wrench.
Not puppy
I may not
either. Real puppies.
Kenny, you've got to type something in the chat.
Can I tell you one more story? Let me tell you one more story first, okay? Dana and Joe actually sent me to another channel called Carter's called Carter's Eats.
Yes, and I remember. I know them.
They actually have a video themselves of, you know how when you go to a store and you get prepackaged meats and stuff.
What?
Well,
meat.
they actually showed they actually did a video. It was actually a premiere video of Rocky Mountain oysters, and they actually opened it up and started slicing it, and they rolled it and cooked it in flour, and the flour and cornmeal, and they said after they got through cooking it and fixing it and preparing it and stuff, it actually tasted like chicken hearts and chicken gizzards.
Okay. Puppies. What part of let's talk about puppies is not clear?
Okay, David, tell us something about a puppy. We don't have a puppy at the moment. Our dog died.
I was telling people earlier that this might be the week that I adopt one.
We want to adopt a kitten for my neighbor. I told you earlier when I came on.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that. And we might get it today or tomorrow. And I'm going to tell him that if he outlives, he's 85. So if he outlives this kitten, it'll come to us. And obviously that will put him at ease.
Outlives him. Yeah. But yeah.
No, sorry. Yeah. Yes.
No. Yeah. We knew what you meant. But we were all disturbed by the Rocky Mountain oysters, so we can't express ourselves correctly. Yeah, so there's an adoption event at a nearby pet store. Tomorrow is Saturday, isn't it? Oh my goodness.
Denisha squeezies. Yes, Denisha. Me too. Yes, Denisha's asking, are you really getting a puppy, David?
Probably not a puppy. I would adopt an adult dog. I would like to adopt a senior dog because they often have a harder time finding new homes, and they're also often more docile. And I'm sort of docile. I have a sharp tongue, but I'm a little docile physically. So anyway, yeah. So I might.
You are docile, but not your tongue.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. As Mrs. Slocum used to say, he'll soon feel the sharp edge of my tongue. Yeah. But what was I going to say? I might get one. It's not 100% sure, but if it's not this weekend, then it will be soon, because I have finally come to the conclusion that I am grown up enough to take care of one.
Yes.
And if I'm not, then I need him to take care of me.
Jan says you should get a lap dog.
I would love a lap dog, except
a small dog. Small food, small everything. Petra, hello Petra's happy place. Are you well?
Petra? Oh, I'm so glad to see you, Petra.
Hey, Petra's happy place and Jan's healing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really beginning to fade here. I'm going to do one more row, and then I might have to just
lie down for a bit.
Yeah.
Kick us off. Close the front door.
I think you went even longer tonight, didn't you, David?
Well, it looks like, oh my goodness, I've been on for over 3 hours.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Trudy was asking. Denisha was saying, Trudy, Trudy was saying today is load shedding was suspended till 5 p.m. But I'm saying, yes, it was suspended till 5 p.m. because Parliament is sitting today. But I sure hope, I'm supposed to go live at 5 p.m. my time today. And I really hope that they don't mean to just immediately start with load shedding. And if they do, that they don't start in my area, so that I'll at least get my live done before it gets to be load shedding in my area. Because I'll be really sad if it's, because I only am live Mondays and Fridays. So, yes. Amy says I'm allergic to cats and dogs. Amy, I must tell you that everybody in our house is allergic to cats and dogs, but we love them so that we drink allergics or that medicine daily to be able to have them. And we don't pet them and then you touch your face. No, you pet them, then you go wash your hands before you touch anything else. So it can be done.
And also there are certain breeds that will
hypoallergenic,
give off less less dander. It's usually the dander that people are allergic to. So certain breeds will have less dander.
Petra says, David, there are so many older doggies that are small that are displaced because owners are placed in nursing homes. And Denisha says, David, I have a bone to pick with you. Why is my boyfriend, Fiber Spider, mentioning you in his live? She says.
Because he's my
Granny
boyfriend
D!
too.
Hello!
Oh, no. Hi, Granny D. Don't tell Daniel that Fiber Spider
That
is
is
also
a
my boyfriend.
Hey, Granny D.
Right, guys, I need to make a move.
Sorry?
I've got to make a move.
Yes, you need to make lunch. My daughter must also
Actually,
make lunch.
I need to get
I think
off
she's
and,
making us lunch.
and have a lie down myself. I'm just about done with this final row of this shawl scarf that I'm doing. I hate to snip it off, but I think it is pretty much done.
Oh, David, when you go off, please don't forget to email me, hey?
Oh, okay, I shall, certainly. And if I don't right away, I will do it later today then.
At least before I go live, because, yeah, I wanted to give that away. I want to give that pattern away in my live, so.
Okay, and what time is that again?
5 p.m. my time, which is 11 a.m. your time.
Okay, as soon as I get off, then I will send you an email. I only have a little bit of this yarn left. I'm pretty
Right, guys, I'm going now.
Okay.
Bye-bye, Daniel. It was so nice to be
Have a good
on
one,
the panel
Daniel.
with you.
It's lovely to
Bye-bye,
see you.
everybody. I'm Granny D just joined us, but I have to leave because I'm dead.
David's been on for a long time, Granny D.
So anyway, I'm just going to if I can make my cursor work. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm going to just click end now. Okay, bye-bye, everybody, and thank you for joining me. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.